down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply. You now have 15 seconds to comply. You now have 5 seconds to comply.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to the end of the show.
What's that? That was my box of wine. I was just emptying it.
Is that what that was? I thought you were trying to show something off there.
No, I was getting the last drop out of the box of wine. That I've got a mega pint.
I thought it was a new box set or something like that. A new box set.
No, check it out. I do have a new. I got a gift. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's a big ass board game. It's an Escape from New York board game.
Oh wow!
I'll never ever open it because I live alone. So who am I going to play with? I'll always win. You know what I mean?
Cool beans, cool beans. I like it.
But it's got really nice artwork on the front. So yeah, that was cool.
That is cool. Nice. So today we're going to be doing a top 10 best horror films of 2024, and we'll shout out some crap ones as well. Yeah, we all happy with that? Yeah, so we'll kick off with the top 10. Do you want to start, Elwood?
Right. So we're going for our number 10.
10th best.
Right, I had VHS Beyond.
Oh, good show.
Good pick.
Yes, I think it's one of the better ones, isn't it? One of the better VHS.
Yeah,
that's amazing, Elwood. I've got that as my as my number 10 as well.
No, you didn't, did you?
I did. My number 10 is VHS Beyond. Because it might not have been on the list, but I was so surprised to have a good VHS.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been so long. They've all been so crap for the past, I don't know how many years. Like,
it was mainly because
the rest were just not very good at all.
It was mainly because the Alien one. You know the Alien one when he falls down.
Yeah, that is a really good one. Yeah, but they're all well. The last one was a bit iffy on, but like most of them, they were like proper solid, and had some good jump scares in there as well. Which I'm always
jump scare fan.
Happy to see a good jump scare. But yeah, that was my number 10 as well. VHS Beyond. What about you, Pete? What did you get as your number 10?
Right, I'm having technical issues here, mate. I've got it in front of me on my computer, but my computer for some reason is frozen. It's never done this before.
It's not just a list. Can you not just read it off?
Well, it's on my phone, which I'm talking to you from. So I transferred it to the PC because I thought I'd be smart, you see. But it's frozen. Why is that, man? Why is that? I'm going to Microsoft Word. That is fucking bizarre. Right, I'm going to have to... Right, why don't you do your number 10, Vass, while I sort this out?
I've just said, Peter, you're not listening. VHS was my number 10.
Oh, was your number 10?
Oh, was that? That's the only film on my list. But shit. Mine and Elwood's is VHS Beyond as our number 10.
Right.
I don't think any others will be the same. That must be a fluke.
Yeah. Right, okay. 2 seconds then while I get my list up. I should be on my phone at the same time as talking to you guys.
Yeah, we should mention we haven't seen every single horror film that's come out this year.
No,
I mean, there's lots I've like just completely avoided because it just doesn't seem like my bag. So they might be good, but who knows? I just have not seen it. So you guys might even have on your list that I've not even seen.
I'm the same.
It's all possible.
Things that got low reviews, like that teddy bear imaginary thing and Night Swim and stuff like that, I didn't even bother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My number 10 is Infested. Infested, the Killer Spiders movie.
That's kind of
that makes my number 10. Yeah, well, I went on how much I enjoyed things. So and rewatchability is kind of my factors in it. I'll definitely go back and watch that movie for sure. And yeah, it was the best. You know, it was a pleasant surprise. It was the best Spider movie I've seen since Arachnophobia, which is fucking high praise. So yeah, it makes my top 10, man. Yeah, for
Is
sure.
that the Spanish one? Is that the Spanish one?
French.
That's the Spanish one. Yeah.
I thought it was French.
Oh, was it French? Right, French. Yeah, French. It was
French.
French. It's French.
Yeah, it was.
There's been a couple of Spider
Same,
movies
yeah.
out this year, wasn't there? That Sting was out as well,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Was
Sting,
there
I haven't
another
seen
one
that.
as well? No, I saw Sting. Sting's
Yeah.
okay actually. I didn't mind it. Was just
Yeah.
is that
Have
the
you
only
guys got any
one?
honourable mentions or anything like that? Have you guys got any honourable mentions? Anything that just missed out on your top 10?
We could do that at the end, couldn't we?
We'll do that at the end. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that at the end because I'll have to go back and I didn't even think to put that up to do that, but I'll have a So yeah, number 9, Elwood.
Well, mine's a French one as well. Number 9, it's Mads.
Well
Netflix
done, mate.
Zombie blood.
Is that a zombie movie? Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. It's all done in one shot, which I don't know how. I don't even know how
okay.
they did it. Them cameramen must have been. Or they say it's one shot. Is it actually one shot? It looks like it's one shot.
It never is. It never is.
It's edited
But they
to
could,
look like
like-
it's one shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're in a car and they're on a motorbike and he's on like a push bike and then he's running and in the bathroom and kind of one guy just following around with the camera for an hour and a half.
Is it like
No.
is it like fast paced?
Is it like what?
Is it fast paced?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. You get.
I've had it downloaded for ages. Just haven't got around to watching it. It's like
it's good. It's only on 90 minutes.
in my TV. It's there, and I've always got something else I needed to watch that I've just downloaded, and it just falls back every time.
Oh,
I
you
will
like
get
it.
watched.
And there's not much reading because there's just a lot of screaming and stuff
That's
like
true.
that. But
The good thing about it, Vass, is it escalates and escalates and escalates.
Yeah.
You know, you think you're dealing with an isolated event, and then by the end of the movie, you're dealing with an end of the world event, and that, which is really, really cool. Like, and we all love end of the world movies, man. You'd be totally into this movie. Like, you'd love it.
yeah, it's good.
Right. I can't wait. I don't know why I've been sleeping on it for so long.
There you go.
Right, my number 9. I'm not even sure if it counts as this year, but I didn't remember watching it this year, so it's on my list anyway. And it's Godzilla -1 is my number 9. Am I allowed that? Am I allowed it?
It's a monster movie.
Yeah,
It's a
but no,
monster
I'm just
movie,
saying,
to
like
be fair.
this year. It is this year, isn't it? Like it came out this year, didn't it? Pretty
No,
sure it did.
it was New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, so it was dead on. But is it a horror film, no, Vass? Is it a horror film?
It's a
Mind you,
monster
I
movie.
suppose if we class
It's
Jaws
monster
as a horror film, then Godzilla -1 is a horror film.
Mhm.
I never thought of that. To be fair, it didn't
Yeah.
make my list because I didn't class it as a horror. But you're right, mate. You're right.
I mean, if you can have something like The Host as in a horror list, then surely you can have Godzilla.
True.
It's not a million
Yeah,
miles
true.
away, is it?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
My number
But yeah,
9.
I really enjoyed Godzilla -1. It was overlong, but like some of the scenes are just outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And
Special
I
effects were
enjoyed
fucking
it. Yeah.
amazing, man. I mean, it's weird when you put them side by side with the Godzilla versus Kong movies, and then Godzilla -1. It makes Godzilla versus Kong movies look like a fucking PlayStation 4
It
game.
does,
Like,
man. Absolutely.
yeah,
Even though I quite enjoyed the Godzilla Kong ones, like as a fun
the fun,
movie.
yeah, the
Like,
popcorn
this one
flicks.
was proper quality. It was really really good and just impressive. Like with the actual Godzilla is the most impressive looking Godzilla I've ever seen. It's like I'm like I believe this movie sort of thing. Like if it was real, that's what it would look like. And that was a fine film.
Yeah, it's the thing with these foreign ones. The release dates are all over the place, aren't they? That was the same as one of my picks later on.
Yeah,
They come out sometimes 2 years before they even come out here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So that
I think
came
it's
out
been re-released as well. I think Godzilla -1.
2023 everywhere, loads of places in the world. 2024, yeah.
Yeah, I think the re-release is called Godzilla -Color. because it's all in black and white. It just
Oh,
re-released
okay.
it. Do you know, like The Mist on the DVD? You can watch The Mist in
Yeah.
black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
okay.
deal. Same deal. Looks good, The Mist in black and white. Like,
Yeah.
it's really good. It lends itself to black and white really, really
Right.
well. That.
Okay. Wow. I did not even know that.
All right. All right. My
Go
number
on, Pete.
9. My number 9 is Shudder's In a Violent Nature. Yeah, it was a different kind of horror experience that I'd seen before, and I dug it, man. And it's definitely got the fucking best kill of the year in that movie, like for sure.
Yeah, it's got a good kill. It's got a good
Oh,
kill.
yeah, but yeah, I dug it, man. Once I kind of got my head around what I'm actually watching, it's essentially a Friday the 13th movie, just from Jason's point of view, and yeah, I'm looking forward to part 2. I like it.
I'll make a part 2.
Yeah,
Are they making a part 2?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the idea of the concept was good, but the way they did it and the actual concept itself, it extracts every bit of suspense out of the movie. The other way around, there's suspense, but if you do it from the killer's thing, you just don't have any suspense at all in the movie. And
that is true.
I noticed that. And if a scene where not much is happening, if there's suspense in it, you know, it keeps you watching it and you have a reaction to it. But if there's no suspense, it just comes off as boring. So aside from the kills, I was pretty bored watching that film. I
was also very bored.
I wasn't a fan.
I liked it.
And I thought that kill was over the top and just like unnecessary. I didn't really enjoy it. Just went on a bit too much.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't even watch the end.
Super mean spirited.
You see,
the guy was just super mean spirited, and the guy's planning ahead like so much. I couldn't even work out how the hell he figured out I'm going to do this, like 6 steps ahead. Like, and I was nah.
Yeah,
but I'm glad you liked it.
I did like that. I did like the scene where he you know, because you see like in movies, how the fuck did he get across the lake so fast, and the camera follows him as he just fucking wanders down into the bed of the river and just wanders across. Yeah, I was like, cool.
But you do see that in the Friday the 13th movies as well, don't you? Like, he literally just walks into the water and then pops up in the middle of the water.
Part 7, yeah, big time.
And part 6 as well.
Is that part 6 as well?
Yeah. Jason,
of course. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he just walks straight into the water.
Yeah. Well,
then I would go on number 8.
Cool. Number 8.
Oh, for me, right, I went for Terrifier 3. It had to be in somewhere.
Okay.
So I stuck it at number 8. What's not to like? I haven't watched it again, like. I watched it twice. I think I watched it twice.
Okay.
You
actually probably sat down and watched it from beginning to end with no breaks and just watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You still liked it?
Yeah.
Cool.
As Terrifier goes.
It is a kind of gore masterpiece, like I have to say, like, but I mean, I think, you know, because I've seen it twice now, once at the cinema and once with you guys. So like it seemed to be on forever that day. It seemed to be on forever. And it's the kill at the end with the bloody where they stick a blooming hamster down a throat, and it's just fucking too much, man. It's just fucking too much, man. I draw the line at hamsters fucking going round down people's throats, like.
It was the chainsaw in the shower scene for me, like. Ass split up.
Yeah.
Good fun.
It was grim, like. Yeah. That was good.
Right, let's have a look here. Number 8. My number 8 is Oddity. I can't say I like it a lot as much as lots of people did, but yeah, it's good. It had something, that movie. It was the scenes. It was more creepy than scary, but the creep factor was way high on that movie, and I liked it because it was like. It played out simplistically, but there was a little bit more to it. But I think they made the most of what they had, and and I enjoyed that film. Again, I thought it was a little bit slow, but the good bits are great. So there you go. So it's my number 8.
Solid choice, man. My number 8 is it's 2 movies, but they're identical movies. So I've gone with Omen the Omen prequel, and what? Sorry, and the Sydney Sweeney Immaculate. Yeah, so Immaculate and the Omen, because they're essentially the same movies.
Okay.
But yeah, the Omen kind of got. I didn't expect to like the Omen. I have to say, I didn't expect to like it all, but it had some genuine creepy ass moments. And Immaculate, it kind of blew me away. The whole bug nuts crazy it goes at the last 20 minutes. And
I didn't enjoy the Omen at all.
Did
you not? Didn't feel like an Omen film to me. Like the premise was there, but I didn't like the execution like whatsoever. I didn't like it at all.
Okay. Well, back to Sydney Sweeney.
I just didn't enjoy it one bit.
It might have had something to do with Sydney Sweeney, maybe. And she, even I like the fact that Sydney Sweeney, even in a dark gothic horror film, she still manages to wear like wet t-shirts and wet nightgowns and stuff like that. She managed to get, and she's producing the movie as well, so she knows what she's doing, man. She knows what she's doing to me. Like, she's like that. I'll make your top 10 lists. Look at this. She did.
Okay.
Right, so up to number 10, 9, 8, 7.
7 for me. I went for Cuckoo.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Cuckoo?
Yeah, I didn't realize you liked that movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's got Dan Stevens in it.
It's got Dan Stevens.
True.
That's true. I need to go back to it. I've only seen the first half. I need to go back and watch the second half.
He does the German accent.
Yeah.
I think it's German. It's set in Germany. It's set in Germany, isn't it? It's in the Alps anyway.
Yeah, so totally.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
I like Cuckoo. I like the creepy lady with the glasses on and the trench coat and that. And the ending was brilliant.
Yeah, it did have some nice bits in it. I like the bit where she was getting chased and something, and just something behind her, and she's riding faster and faster. Like there's some really good moments in it, but I didn't really like the way the story unfolded. Like myself.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, it was. I guess so. But yeah, that's my number 7. Cuckoo.
Was it a bit David Lynch? I was getting kind of Twin Peaks vibes on the first half.
Really?
No.
Really. I don't know who made it. I haven't.
It just get a bit silly at the end, like I've got to say.
Yeah, it goes all out at the end, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In a good way though, or in a batshit crazy way, or
in a way that's like they didn't really know how to finish the movie, so it just kind of started falling apart a bit at the end.
Right. Didn't nail the land.
So they just thought we'll just do lots of stuff at the end.
There was lots of stuff at the end.
Yeah, there was.
I don't think the guys made anything else.
Right. So you do my number 7?
Go for it.
Okay, my number 7 was Immaculate. I put that my number 7 because that's a movie I didn't expect to really like. Although I didn't really. I remember when I watched it, I didn't really know what it was about. So I wasn't disappointed at all. And it's one of those movies that just starts off good, and then it has a few bits happen that keep you interested, but it just gets better and better as it gets through, and then and then gets more intense as it goes through. So I was on board for the ride. Like some movies, they don't get to the point where you're in for the ride, and then it just doesn't work. But that movie did enough with a few little creepy moments in the first 20-30 minutes that just kind of had me a bit hooked. And then after that, I was with it all the way, so I kind of enjoyed it as I went along.
Sweeney's acting in the final scene, that one take scene, was fucking stunning. Like I have to say, she nailed it.
I wasn't a big fan of the big screen. It was too. I seriously had to turn my TV down. I was like, I like to watch horror films like high volume, but when that came on, I was like, after a minute or two, I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn this shit down, man. Everyone's gonna come running into the room, going, "What the hell's happening?"
Someone's gonna call the police on that.
It was just too much. But yeah, for what she did really well.
Yeah, it's a lot louder in the cinema. I
can imagine.
Oh, that's right. You went to the pictures to see it.
Yeah, I did.
That's good, man. That's good. Did you not like it? Did you not like it? Right.
It's on a list.
I just think you should stop going to pictures, mate. I just think maybe it's the actual experience of going to cinema you don't like, and that You could you shove Citizen Kane on for Paulie, be like, this is fucking shit. Maybe you
How
see
much is this hot dog?
yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, I've got to say, I found that most of the movies I've enjoyed are the ones I didn't know very much about, and the ones that I had my own preconceptions for, and you build them up and everything, and then you watch it and you get disappointed.
Yeah,
I have those ones didn't work out so well for me, but the ones where I really didn't, and I've done that quite a lot. I don't watch many trailers. I just go in, I hear about it, and what the little bit I do hear, it sounds interesting. Go in there open-minded, and see what happens, and hopefully it's a good film. And then I normally have a better time, because I don't go too deep before a movie comes out about exactly what to expect. I like to be surprised, and then I can from inside out, I can see if I'm enjoying it or not enjoying it, and then pick out the bits I like, and then and get the most out of it. Because when you have all these notions of how it's going to be, or that sounds amazing, and then you get little bits of facts and things, it sounds even better, and then you just can't live up to the hype, and you just kind of set yourself up to fail. So I've learned not to do that so much, apart from with one movie this year, but that's going to come later on.
We'll talk about that one later on. I know it's definitely on my list. What was it there? So my number 7, mate, is Mads, for pretty much the same reason that Elwood said. It's nice, it's like what you've just said there, Bass, as well. I went into it and knowing fuck all about it, and I watched it, and it kept on surprising me. And I liked what I saw. It's a movie that feels like it's being directed. Obviously found footage movies, their own genre and everything else. Some are good, some are done bad, but certainly I think as far as found footage, as far as a directed piece of found footage, it doesn't get any better than probably the original Rec, or Rec 2 for that matter. And there's lots of good stuff in Mads that reminded me of Rec, orchestrated set pieces and stuff like that. Recommended.
Dude, I'm kicking myself. I've just been sitting there on a stick for 3-4 months, and I just haven't.
It's not even on that long.
It's right there in the palm of my hand, and I'm just not watching it. I'm going to get that watched ASAP. That sounds really good, man. Right, we're on number 6.
Right. Well, funny you should say about not watching the trailers, because if you watch the trailers for my number 6, you pretty much know exactly what happens in the entire movie, and that's Abigail with Dan Stevens again.
That's true. That's true, man. That fucking trailer tells you everything.
Tells you everything.
Yeah, leaves nothing at all for the imagination, whatsoever. You're right.
But it's a good fun film, innit? Easy to watch.
It is. It's like a romp. To be fair, it's like a romp.
Yeah, I've got to say it's a bit of a no-brainer sort of.
Oh yeah,
movie.
definitely.
You enjoy it when it's on, but afterwards, I totally forgot about this. I wouldn't say it's a memorably good film, but
easy to watch.
I remember watching it and had a good time, but not much more than that. But yeah, it was good. It was good. But
Dan Stevens again.
Dan Stevens, man. I have to say, I've got to agree with Paul. The boy's got screen presence. If I could be a movie star, I'd want to be Dan Stevens, man, because he's fucking cool. The Guest, I can rewatch that fucking movie all the time.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal! Fucking great film. It doesn't get enough love. So again,
the big fella in Abigail.
Oh yeah, he's cool. He's my favorite character in it.
Yeah,
he's always good at him, isn't he?
He's good in everything he is.
Kevin Durand.
Yeah.
He's quite a scary fucker as well. Quite a scary fucker.
Yeah, I think he's in one of the Resident Evils, and he's good. He is good.
Yeah,
he's always good value. I didn't want to see him. I was hoping he was going to make it to the end. He's the kind of one you want to survive at the end. I really liked him.
He's 2 years older than us.
2 years older than us. Shit. Huh? We could hang out, man. We could be buddies. How you doing? Oh, I should have said that. He's fucking massive.
Right, my number 6 is Heretic. I picked 6 because I really, really enjoyed The Heretic, and all the more because I was sure I was not going to like the movie, even before Elwood told us his view on it. I was sure I wasn't going to like everything I heard about it. I was like, nah, man, this is not going to be for me. It's going to be annoying. It's A24. It's everything I hate about horror films. And then I watched it, and it's talky as anything. It's just talk. But
It is.
Talk.
all the main 3 were so good, and it was like so interesting, and the plot does develop and move and goes in different places, and I just had a heck of a good time watching it. I really, really liked it. Honestly, I really, really liked it.
Yeah,
it was good. I was a big fan. I was like, at the end of it, I was like, blimey, I don't know why I like that so much, but I really, really like that film. But yeah, Heretic was great.
Elwood, let's hear the counter review. Go for it, Elwood. What did you think of Heretic?
I'm sure he's got it on his own list. We can wait.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
It's on the bad list, but it's not the top 5. It's not top 5 bad list.
Mm-hmm.
It's on about number 7 on my top 10 bad list. It was just too much talking. I was just bored.
It was talking, but it was I don't know. But I think the performances really carried it, and the stuff they were saying was like. So I thought it was super interesting.
I went into it thinking Hugh Grant's going to be like proper sinister and proper scary, and he just wasn't. It was just pretty Hugh Grant. So.
No, I don't think so. I think he proper.
I kind of, as a horror movie, I liked it just fine. You know, I liked it just fine. I thought Hugh Grant was great in it. I have to say, I enjoyed his performance. You know, it was. I mean, he's Hugh Grant. He's this. You're not going to get much dynamic range as far as but he's quietly menacing, and he kind of homes in on that by still using his.
It was a bit of a mind bender as well, like kind of like when. You make you think he's saying I'm doing this, and then he changes it, and then he changes it, and then it's like. Well, at the end of it, I'm not even sure. Like,
this is my issue with the movie. This is my fundamental issue with the movie, and that his first motives, you think, okay, he's out to prove religion, and his second motives, it's like, oh no, he's out to prove that the Matrix is real, and you're like, well, okay, but. Ultimately, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but ultimately, where it goes after that, where the truth, I thought wasn't as good as the premise. If that, I was let down by the truth that he's just a crazy.
Do you not find everything like as the movie went along, like the conversations, like
they were compelling? They were compelling. I found myself half believing him, and the bit with the candle. Do you know the bit with the candle where he said, she's not real, she's a replica and all this? I thought, if this is where this movie's going, I'm in. Fucking, this is awesome. You know what I mean? And it wasn't. And I was like, so that was my biggest problem with it. I was disappointed by that. It promised me something. It was like it's like going to bed with a beautiful woman, and she turns over and goes, "Oh, I'm feeling frisky tonight." And you go, "But I want you to go and brush your teeth." And then you go and brush your teeth. You come back and she's asleep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I don't know, man. I thought the film could have went loads of different ways, but like it just didn't do the obvious thing, and I like that. I really kind of appreciated that it was like, I mean, it really could have done anything, and as long as they did it well, I would have been happy with it. But I mean, I don't know. I thought it was going to go supernatural at one point, and then it turns the other way, and then it's just the guy's just a crazy dude.
One of the things that I really liked about was, one of the things that I really loved about, See No Evil, where people get themselves in situations because they're being polite. Might just say, actually, that's fucking creepy, that's bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And they end up getting themselves into really bad situations. So I really like that aspect. I nailed it. And Hugh Grant was the perfect person to deliver that.
A lot of it was out of fear as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were doing that. It wasn't just being polite. They were like just too scared to like.
Yeah, they were scared. But initially, it was about politeness and everything like that. He charms them into the property, even though he's clearly not got a wife. You know what I mean? But he charms them in, because he's doing the Hugh Grant thing. He's doing the golly, gosh, and they go, oh, he's a harmless Englishman. What could possibly go wrong? You know what I mean? It's not. It's not.
Yeah. He's
Right,
got a big
what-
house, hasn't he? He's got a proper big house, that guy.
Oh, that's a
It's
nice
like-
house.
He's got a massive
Yeah.
dungeon underneath. What the
He
hell?
has he has a Fritzl cellar, isn't he? He's got a Fritzl cellar and that. I was like, holy shit
Everyone needs a
balls.
fridge cellar.
Ah, exactly, man, exactly. Right, what we on number 6?
6, yeah.
Right, mine's Oddity. My number 6 is Oddity for exactly the same reasons that you said, Vaz. I thought it was a little gem. It was. I didn't expect it to be that good. It reminded me a lot of kind of a wee old school Sunday matinee Hammer House of Horror type thing. It's when it goes, and it does it measured. The ending, like the last like minute of the movie is a bit of a head scratcher, but no, I liked it. I was on for the ride. I cared about the characters, which is important, and I thought it was kind of like you said, they did the best with what they got. Every penny of their budget, I dare say, was on screen, and I respect.
I've got to say, it would have been even better. This must be what other people like so much about the movie, but I got to say, if there's what the movie has, is like punctuating with bits that are like, it kind of has like chills. It's like little. I don't know what it is, but like there's like a camera shot or just a look of something, and it kind of just gives you like a little shiver sort of thing. But the bits in between,
quite reminiscent of Cobweb, had those kind of moments and that aesthetic as well. Yeah.
But the bits in between, you kind of like it doesn't like maintain it very well. But those bits that are punctuating kind of bring it up all the time. But
keep
if
you going,
elevating it. It just kept it up there for a bit longer, and I think it would have been higher on the list.
Higher on the list.
Yeah, but what they did with it, I thought was great. It was a really good film.
Cool.
Right, number 5 already.
Have we got any comments? We haven't done comments.
Dude, I don't think we got any comments today. My comment off today. No. There's no Bushti, no Undead of Night, no Michael Myers.
I saw Rabia saying hello.
Yeah, that's Rabia saying hi guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Maybe we're just talking to ourselves today, guys.
Oh, it's fine. I'm learning something. Like I didn't know some of these movies that you guys like so much.
That's good.
Sometimes it just gets like we talk about movies so much, and we don't really it doesn't stick with you how much someone's liking the movie when they're telling you about it. So it's good to know like exactly how much we like these movies.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to be honest, a lot of them we're not going to really talk about them like in the future. I mean, there's been very, very few, like say the last 5 years, it's like a handful of movies we'll still reference, and even if they were really like some of them are really decent movies, we just don't really go back to them, do we?
Yeah,
not like we did from the old days.
Yeah. This is true.
So go on then.
I think streaming is part of the problem because everything's so readily available. To go back and rewatch a movie when there's a new premiere here, or I'll check that out instead because I haven't seen that. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Where before, back in the day, you'd have your movie collection. I want to watch a movie, and you'd look at your movie collection and go, right, which one? And you rewatch movies. So streaming kind of killed that habit. Or I've got some. I don't know if you've heard this news, but it's really bad news. To be fair, it was LG and Samsung have announced that they will no longer be producing any more Blu-ray players or any physical media player. It's just fucking nuts, man, and it's scary because if that catches on, that could be a thing. Sony PlayStations, they keep releasing PlayStations now without disc drives. PlayStation 6 is rumored to be no discs. Let's hope that's not the case, because at the moment, 25% of all Sony PlayStation's games are physical media. 75% is fucking data. So as movie lovers, you've really got to keep on buying physical media. You know what I mean? You just got to keep on buying it on a monthly basis because.
So what about places like CX and places like that where you trade in your old movies and your old games and become obsolete?
I mean, you would hope they would always be kicking about, but we said that about Blockbuster as well, didn't we? Blockbuster will always be, you know what I mean? But streaming's streaming's a good thing, but it's also the worst thing that could ever happen to fucking
Yeah.
movie. That because tiny little movies like Spit on Your Garage Part 2 or something like that. Fucking, they'll just disappear. They'll just be deleted, and no one will ever be able to see them again, no matter how good or bad they actually are. If there's not money behind them or anything like that, they'll disappear. So, yeah, we've got a responsibility to just keep buying your Blu-rays and that, keep buying your movies, whether it's secondhand or not.
I was listening the other day. I think it was Joe Rogan podcast. Quentin Tarantino was on. Did you listen to that?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his own podcast, Quentin Tarantino and his mate, who used to work in the video shop together. He used to work in the video shop in wherever, Miami or whatever it was. I don't know where it was. But him and his mate are doing this podcast, and they've got this own, like all the fans, and they're on this little community. And I think it's his daughter or something, and she puts out like a obscure movie like every month, and the fans have to like try and like hunt it down and like find it and stuff. Sounded pretty cool. I've forgotten the name. That's cool. It's a Joe Rogan podcast, Quentin Tarantino. It's on for 3.5 hours. Like,
oh shit!
Give it a listen. It's quite good.
I'll give it a listen. I like Tarantino's crack. Like he's kind of either hugely correct or hugely wrong. Like there's no in between. Like yeah.
Eli Roth's in the club as well, Basto. So.
Eli is there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Right, sorry, we're at number 5. I would go for it, my man.
Oh, number 5. Oh, well, we just talked about it. Speak No Evil with James McAvoy.
Oh, right, okay, the remake. I toyed with the remake. It was close, mate. It was close.
Obviously, the original's better.
Yeah.
And I've watched the original since I've watched the remake, and it is still
better.
Yeah, it's still better. Especially the ending.
Yeah.
What happened to the ending of this one? They all live happily ever after. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
They did, yeah.
They do. Yeah. They do.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
But James McAvoy was pretty scary in that, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty good part. The whole cast did. The whole cast was pretty good.
I think, maybe apart from one other movie that we're probably all likely to mention later on, I think James McAvoy probably has the best performance this year, like from in a horror film, as far as kind of giving you the heebie-jeebies and going for it. Like I said, there's probably one more contender, but James McAvoy's performance, he owns that film. Like for me, I forgot about everybody else in the film. I wasn't really. Yeah. It was all about him. He ate up he was chewing the scenery. Like he was better than the material that he had, type of thing. He elevated it. He absolutely elevated it.
Yeah, it was effortless the way he did it as well. It's like totally like believable. He just pulled it off.
I mean, to be fair, he's a pretty stunning actor. I mean, you look back at his resume and that, and you look back and you're like, oh, hang fire, on one film, didn't he play a chap that had 21 different personalities that he could, jump into, seamlessly, and that's fucking awesome. Like, you know what I mean? He
was no John Lithgow in Spitlight, I've got to say.
Yeah.
In what?
In Split, he said he was no John Lithgow in Raising Cain.
In Raising Cain,
much better, much more enjoyable. But it was really good though.
Yeah, that's a good choice, though, Paul.
Yes, that's my number 5. Was it number 5? Number 5.
Yeah, number 5. Yeah.
Right, Bass, where will you go?
Number 5. Let's have a look. My number 5, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. My number 5 is Late Night with the Devil. And that was one that didn't quite live up to my expectations, but that was one of the ones that was like, you heard so much about, you really couldn't like not hear lots about it. So it was like, and the kind of the teasers and things kind of invited you to like say it's going to be like this, and it's going to be
The Exorcist. It's going to be this. Yeah.
But I really liked it. I mean, there's no doubt. Like I really enjoyed the film, but I just kind of wish it had been a little bit scarier.
Yeah. I reckon
kind of had a promise that it was going to be more scary than. But on every other level, it was great. I just had this expectation that it was gonna be a bit scarier than it was.
Yeah, so did
And
I.
it wasn't scary.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my only. But it still got to number 5 on my list. So yeah,
And
Well,
he's
it's
good, isn't he? Buddy David fucking Dalmatian or whatever his name is.
He's good, aye. He's good. I mean, to be
David
fair,
Dalmatian. That's not.
I never really appreciated him as an actor before. I certainly didn't think he could carry a movie like, but he carries this no bother. Like,
Yeah, he's
you know,
good, isn't he?
he's charismatic, and you know, you like him as well. You know, and then you're quite disappointed when you realise that, you know, at the end of the movie, he's actually sold his soul and fucking, you know, got his missus into trouble as part of the bargain and stuff like that. You know, so you're disappointed in that, and that's throws weight to kind of, you know, how much you get behind him.
I think what the weird thing is, everything's like portrayed so well. Like the story structure is really, really good in the way it unfolds, and the way it looks, and the way the effect it has of looking like a show, like it's something real that you just being broadcast.
Yeah. I mean, the set
If
design, the stage design, brilliant.
If they tried a bit
well,
harder to do it,
yeah.
they could have done it. They could have made it scary. They just can't. It feels like it's a choice that they went more for on the story angle, to fulfill the story arc than making it more scary. Because there was bits where it was like almost scary, and you're like, oh, it's gonna, but it just never kind of hit home. Like, you know, just never kind of nailed it. But I kind of felt they could have if they wanted to.
The little lass sparked up, didn't she? Said something, gets spooky. I thought, oh, hey, here we go. And then, normal.
Yeah, there's lots of little moments, like when you're like, did I see that? When the screen goes funny, and you're like,
and she's a monster. She's got a proper monster face.
And then they go back and you get to see it like properly slow down and this, that, and like all those bits are like so cool. But a bit more of that would have just
could have
took it over the edge, man. Took it over the top.
I agree.
But, yeah, but excellent film.
My number 5 is also Late Night with the Devil for exactly everything that you've just said there, mate. Listen, I went back and watched it again, and I put it on the projector while I was laid in bed, and I had a blast with it. Probably more the second time than I did the first. I think the first time I went in with a lot of expectation because of a kick-ass trailer, and also, you know, all that word of mouth comparing it to The Exorcist, this and that and all that. But what we got was, you know, not so much The Exorcist, more Ghostwatch, and you know, and that's fine with me because I love Ghostwatch. You know what I mean? So it's a movie I think that definitely deserves a second rewatch, and like the characters are all endearing and stuff like that, and the ending's bonkers, you know, and I respect endings that go bonkers, you know. It's fucking bonkers. It's great, you know, and you know, it goes full on.
Ghostwatch was bonkers. Wasn't it?
It was. Michael Aspel and that going, I can't even remember what he says, but it's fucking terrifying, you know what I mean? It's full on bonkers. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it was, for me, Last Night of the Devil is a love letter to the BBC's fucking Ghostwatch. I mean, it really is. You cannot tell me the makers of Late Night with the Devil hadn't seen Ghostwatch, like, because, it's literally.
Oh, he's gone.
He's dipped out.
He got too excited about Ghostwatch.
Late Night with the Devil.
He got so excited about talking about Ghostwatch.
We should play it back. Maybe there's a little frame there where something pops up.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to mess with his feed. We're flying through this on number 5 already. And
have you done number 5? Late Night with the Devil. I've done mine.
Under 2 hours, man. Sorry, say again.
Peter's done his. So at number 4.
Yeah, we've just done number 5, and now we're on number 4.
Right, I think I'm quite happy with my last 4.
Oh, he is.
Sorry about that, guy. The wind is blowing in the borders, so which means the mice on the wee wheel that powers the internet round here, they must have been blown off the wee wheel. So yeah.
Oh, you messed up the rotation. I was going to go counterclockwise rather than clockwise, doing the thing, but never mind. It's all right.
Is it?
Yeah. There's going to be Elwood, then me, then you.
So it's number 4 next.
Go on then, Elwood, number 4.
Okay.
Oh, best horror 2024.
Am I allowed Alien?
Alien Romulus.
Is that your number 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked it.
Okay.
It was good. I liked all the cast, all the young cast. I liked all them.
Okay,
I
yeah,
didn't
I
like
know
the
what you're
weird
saying.
alien at the end.
You like the younguns and you like the
Yeah, I thought all the cast were great,
yeah.
but I didn't like the weird alien at the end. The half man, half alien thing. That looked a bit shit. But the rest of it, I thought was brilliant. Good time.
It's good. Yeah, I like all the alien stuff, but that's
Mama.
alien
That's
stuff
the
in the
alien
face
he's referring to.
was really good. Yeah, but
I didn't
wasn't.
see that mama bit. Why do you keep saying that? That never happened in the version I've seen.
No, it's just a homage to Alien Resurrection, and an Alien Resurrection. That alien is like literally the Sigourney Weaver, or was it Chicani Weaver, and that just saying "Mama, Mama." Chicani Weaver, right? Sorry.
No, I liked Alien Romulus. I liked the I liked the android. He was great. The leading lady, little young Ripley. She gonna be in the next one? She was good.
No idea.
Oh, Peter's paws sideways.
Yeah, I've got to say it is better than the last few. But
It's like 2 seconds, man.
I assumed it was going to be a lot better than what it was. But I had plenty of alien action in, but all the stuff around it, I wasn't invested in any of the characters. Like, gotta say,
Oh, you're not?
like you are in like Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, I guess so. Aliens. Oh yeah, Alien. Well, if you put it against Aliens, yeah, shit.
No, I mean I'm not putting it like the quality of the movie. I'm just saying like no, the characters in there. There's like so many more characters in the Aliens, but like every single one is like a full rounded character.
Oh yeah, you like them all, don't you?
Memorable names and like attitudes and all that stuff. But in this one, it's like I just didn't find myself getting attached to anybody at all. Like I wasn't really bothered what happened to them at all.
Maybe we have to wait for
apart from the actual alien, the robot guy.
He was cool.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool. Yeah.
He was a
aside from him,
he was good character. Like, I'm going to try some of you guys. Check this out.
They're just going to fuck him off, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really big bottle of wine. Oh no, it's not. It's a little bottle of wine. You know,
he was good, man. I thought he was the best thing in it. Like, to be fair, the android dude, you know, he kind of, I had empathy for his character in that. You know, and I think that's probably where the movie goes wrong for me in that, because the only person you actually had empathy for wasn't a person at all. It was a machine. And my issues were that the hopeless kind of. And listen, I wanted this fucking movie to be good, like, because it's Fede Alvarez, you know, and I rate that motherfucker. But it was far too much fan service. I wanted it to do its own thing. When it was doing its horror thing, when it was doing that, it was good. You know, it hyped up the tension. Fede Alvarez, I know this boy can milk tension and stuff like that. So it was in safe hands. But it kind of just felt like the studio was like, we need a bit more fan service, you know, even to the point where we did Alien Resurrection and that, man. You know what I mean? I'm like that going.
It wasn't clever. Like, it is an Evil Dead. I mean, an Evil Dead is like, it's earned. Every single one in there is like earned, and you're happy to see them. On this one, when it's a bit of a groaner every time one comes up, and you go, oh my god, okay. All right then.
Yeah. I shouldn't roll my eyes quite a lot, but listen, you know what I mean? I mean, but to be fair, you know, from a movie point of view, I mean, I think its budget was 80 million or something like that, or maybe less. You know, it looked more than that. It looked more expensive than that, to be fair. But I think that. Yeah. I mean, I watched Red One the other day on fucking Prime. Don't ask me why, man. Yeah, don't ask me why, man. It was a piece of shit.
It's shocking. It's so shoddy they made that movie. I know it's the first half,
200 million, mate. 3 alien Romuluses, 200 million. 3 alien Romuluses, like, and they couldn't even animate a fucking polar bear, like, you know what I mean? It was just like that. Wow, man.
Yeah.
They could have bought a polar bear.
Mate, honestly, the Coca-Cola advert did fucking animated polar bears better than fucking that's on Red One. Like, do you know what? I think I'm just going to quit watching the Rock movies, man, because I can't remember the last time I saw a good one. I really can't.
Are they in it? Is he?
he's in it, man. He's in it. You know, and listen, I like The Rock. He's charismatic and all this, blah, 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 blah. But it's the same shtick. You know what I mean? It's the same shtick. You know what I mean? It's like Vin Diesel. You know, he's got something in his contract, and same as fucking guy. What's his face? The British boy who's in Bloomin'. Yeah, he was in the Meg. You know, Jason Statham.
Oh, Jason Statham, man.
He's got it in the contracts that they can never die and stuff, and he's got it in his contract. And I want to see The Rock die, man. You know what I mean? That's where it goes for me. Show me if there's a movie where The Rock dies, like I'm in, man.
Yeah.
He needs to fucking progress as a fucking as something, but he's just coining in the money, man. That's all it is. It's paycheck, 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 man. You're like that. Stop it. Just stop it. But back to my original point, Red One is literally 3 alien Romuluses, budget wise. Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Just because you have to pay The Rock so much money.
Pretty much,
yeah. Doesn't The Rock die in the other guys?
Yeah, but comedically, in a Rock way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So fuck that. That doesn't count. But yeah, but listen, you know, like I said, I don't hate Romulus at all. I don't hate Romulus. I just so wish it was better. That's all. I don't hate it at all. I could, you know, I've watched it twice, so I have come back and watched it again and stuff like that. I'll probably watch it again in the future, and it's certainly better than the likes of Alien Resurrection and the Alien versus Predator movies. That's for sure. But yeah, I kind of went into there thinking this is Fede Alvarez. He's doing Alien and James Cameron's Aliens. This is going to be fucking kick-ass. And, you know, especially on the trailer, when you're seeing one of the pulse rifles, you're thinking, yeah. And I think the pulse rifle was on screen for about like, yeah.
Do you think his vision was like compromised because it's like such a big property for Fox or whatever? That
a little bit, mate. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I read it. He did write it. He wrote the story.
I know. Well, I read it. I mean, a little bit, maybe, mate. Maybe he's just too much of a fanboy to take on the Alien. You know, maybe he loves it too much, a little too much. But I did read that he had to submit his first cut over to Ridley Scott, who made notes. So, I mean, that's big pressure, having to send your movie over to Ridley Scott, you know, the guy who created the universe, to see if it gets his approval. And he comes back with a few post-it notes, change that. That must be popped up. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a Fede Alvarez movie for sure. Just too much fanboy stuff in there. Too much studio nods in there. It's exactly the poison and the problem that's with Disney at the moment. You know, that's everything that's wrong with Disney at the moment. It's fanboy service, and you know that they need some original. The reason why we like Alien movies is because they are not studio movies. They don't feel like studio movies. You know, Alien 1, you've got this real, you know, Hammer House of Horror story in space. Aliens, you've got Vietnam in space. That, you know, let's face it, for Aliens, all they literally had to do was repeat the story from Alien, and the same amount of people would have went to see it. But they got a director and a writer that did something different, and they were allowed to do something different. Love it or hate it, David Fincher's Alien 3 did something different, although kind of close to the original one, but something different. And even love it or hate it, Alien Resurrection did something different. There was no fanboy servicing in any of those movies or anything like that. Maybe apart from Resurrection, when they brought fucking Ripley back.
I think that the decision to mishmash all the previous movies and filter it through this movie. Yeah, I mean, it's worked for the box office because it's been a big hit, so people have been loving it. But like,
did you guys see that they released the movie on VHS? They've released Alien Romulus on VHS, and do you know how much it is to buy that VHS tape of Alien Romulus, which has a crappy picture? It's 80 quid. 80 quid.
Why have they
if
done
you
that?
want to, I have no idea. People are buying it. If you go on eBay right now, the scalpers have got all the VHS tapes, and I'm sure they'll be on there now for about $1,000.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, first movie to be released on VHS in like 20 years. Alien Romulus.
I think they're treating it as memorabilia rather than actually a thing that people's gonna take out and watch.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I watched that one that's number 1 in the Netflix charts last night, but I cannot remember what it's
Carry On.
called.
Was it Carry
Yeah.
On?
Yeah, I watched that.
Die Hard 2. Rip off.
Yeah,
I
pretty
watched
much.
it. I watched.
Bomb. Well, chemical bomb.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
What did you think?
Easy to watch.
It was, to be fair, it was a brain fart of a watch with little to no blood, action, or payoff in it, man. Yeah.
Is it set at Christmas? Is it? Is it set at Christmas?
Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. It literally could have been Die Hard 2, man. And I was okay with them ripping Die Hard 2 off, man. I thought, well, Die Hard 2 is cool, so rip it off. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
But it's another one that the trailer is much superior than the movie. Like, you know, go watch the trailer.
It came out of nowhere, just number 1 there. I was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah. It's weird. Taron Egerton, someone, you know, maybe someone, I don't know if anybody's watching us at all tonight, but maybe someone could tell me, does Taron Egerton wear a wig? There was a few times in that movie I thought, the fucking wig, man. That's a wig. You know, like Police Academy. Wig. And I'm fucking pretty sure that's a wig. Like, there was moments where I thought,
he's only a young.
I know, but I think he's, like I say, have a look, see what you think. It looks like a hairpiece to me, like but that shows you how interesting the movie is. If fucking half the time I'm going like that, is that a wig? Yeah. There wasn't the Jason Bateman bits are really good because he's cool. He's a cool actor.
He's cool.
You know, there wasn't enough nasty shit in there. There wasn't enough. Do you know in Die Hard 2, for instance, right? The boy makes a threat. He crashes a plane. There's devastation. You know that this motherfucker's unhinged and he's a nightmare. I didn't believe that Jason Bateman was unhinged. You know, now and then a copper gets killed, you know, and stuff like that. You know,
a few people.
Say again?
He killed a few people, didn't he?
Who?
He had a laser. He had a laser scope on his lass's head.
That was somebody else in a van. Yeah, but then they didn't kill her. They didn't kill her. It was all just threats. It was a movie about threats. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a movie about threats. But Jason Bateman's really good. Yeah. I'll tell you. I went back and watched. Have you guys seen a movie called The Gift with Jason Bateman?
Which one is that?
It's where the Jason Bateman and his wife. Yeah. Jason Bateman and his wife moved back to their kind of like childhood home, and all of a sudden, in a store they bump into this guy that the husband Jason Bateman used to go to school with, and you know, they invite him. His wife invites him to dinner and that, and it's a bit awkward and all that, and he keeps leaving them gifts and stuff like that, and you're wondering, is this guy a good guy or is he a bad guy? It's a fucking excellent film. That film, like, by the way,
I was thinking it was The Gift with Katie Holmes off Dawson's Creek. You know what I
mean? No, not that one.
Not that one. But is that the one where she lets fly?
Yeah,
Katie Holmes. Yeah. Well, that she gives the gifts in that movie. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's scary.
That's for sure. I remember that. I remember.
She's dead when she does that.
Is it Harold?
A few years ago, I thought it was boring. Like,
go back and watch it again. It's a good exercise in tension. That movie, like, I mean, it really is. It's kind of like, because I think it's Egerton. I think no, not Egerton. That's the fucking boy.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton, and I think he directed it as well. So I think it was his directorial debut. I mean, it's stunning. Like, you know, as far as building up the tension and stuff like that, it's a very underplayed movie. But fucking hell, my house just shook. The wind is fucking nuts outside. Sorry, man. Sorry.
That's weird. That. Yeah. As soon as you said that, I had a big gust out here. Must be the same.
Really?
Gust of wind from Scotland and northeast.
Mate, what's going on with is everything? Can I not just come up with a different thing to call it? There's about 5 movies called The Gift.
It's gotta be.
The Gift.
There is Kate Blanchett one where she plays a wee.
That's the same movie. That's the same movie with Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
and
Katie
Holmes. The same one.
Okay.
I didn't know Keanu Reeves was in that. And then you got The Gift with Jason Bateman. Then you got The Gift. Oh, it's a TV show. Then you got The Ultimate Gift.
The gift.
The
What keeps
Christmas
us giving,
gift.
man.
That's what we should be watching. The Christmas
Dave
gift.
Bushty's in. Dave Bushty's in.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's just saying hello.
Dave's in.
That's Dave. You're the first comment we've had all night.
God, there's loads of gifts.
Hi, Davey, mate.
It's red hot in here. Like, I'm gonna open my window.
Don't do it, dude. Your glass will fly in, man.
I know it's a bit windy. Isn't it?
Yeah. Right, sorry, mate. I interrupted things. What number are we on?
I think it was the Elwoods. It was Alien Romulus. Elwoods number 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So,
I remember what
okay,
number
mine
4
was
was.
4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't know why I didn't.
Yeah,
write the
we're
numbers
number
down.
4.
Yeah. My number 4 was Speak No Evil. Was my number 4. Yeah. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think it should have been. I think Late Night with the Devil should be my number 4, and that should be my number 5. But I've done it there now. But yeah, that was a really well done thriller, very tense. Exactly what I expected it to be, but just done really, really well. And yeah, the acting was probably good all the way through. Yeah, I was super satisfied watching that movie. It was like everything I hoped for.
Did you go back and watch the original Everbat?
No, it put me off when you said about the original ending being a downer of an ending. You know what I'm like with that? I like happy endings, me, dude. Seriously.
Oh, no, it's a really good ending.
I want to feel good afterwards, man. I
Ending,
want to be like, at the end of it, go, yeah, the bad guy's dead. I don't want evil to win.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, that's the wrong movie then, to be fair.
Yeah. But yeah, Speak No Evil, we've got plenty about it. But yeah, that was it's a really good movie. I mean, it was a really good month that for movies like that, and for the one that's going to come up, like this back half of the year, it's got some proper good movies being dropping. Like,
yeah,
I think.
I mean, at the end of this, we'll summarize what we thought of 2024. Mm-hmm. It's definitely been an interesting, eclectic year. That's for sure. Like,
that's true.
My number 4 is probably one that you guys have got maybe higher up your list. I don't know. Number 4 for me is Long Legs. Right, I've got Long Legs at number 4. I think it's kind of it's a lesson in suspense, in eeriness, in mood, and it's anchored by this really fucking terrifying, unhinged performance by Nicolas Cage. Like, and I can't pronounce the first name, but her surname's Monroe. She's fantastic in it as well. She's very much, Micah Monroe. Yeah. She's very much the Clarice Starling of our, the next generation. Like, she plays it perfectly, and it's got this otherworldly feel to it, and this really, it's got the psychic vibe to it, and I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that done effectively since the original Ring, the Japanese version, where they just put it into the story. Oh, the dad might be psychic, you know what I mean? And you just, as a viewer, you accept it. And 9 times out of 10 other movies that attempt to do something like that, they'll fail. But this movie is successful, and it's a movie that's not a happy movie. And there's not a happy payoff, which, but it goes from gut punch to gut punch to gut punch to gut punch, and things just get worse and worse.
Very cold and clinical film as well, the way it unfolds. And all the performances are like carefully crafted because they could have worked. Definitely. They could have not worked.
It's very reminiscent of Let the Right One In as far as mood and aesthetic goes, and you should really go back and watch the original Bass of Let the Right One In if you haven't done already, because
he hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to see it. I mean, Long Legs feels like Let the Right One In, which is a magnificent film.
I love that one in.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it's in any other year, I think probably Long Legs would. Do you know what? Ask me in 10 years' time, and I think I'll probably come back and say Long Legs was the film of the year. But ask me in 10 years' time after I've rewatched it 3 or 4 times, because I definitely need to rewatch it because I know I missed shit. So yeah, Long Legs.
I need to rewatch it because I didn't know anything about all the ghosties in the background and all that.
Yeah,
Bananas.
that was a lovely touch. That was a lovely touch.
I didn't know anything
could have come
about
off
that.
as corny
Oh,
and
yeah,
hammy,
I
but
didn't even see
the
it.
way it's done, it really adds to the movie. Seeing the devil pop up all the way through the movie.
Heck,
Yeah.
I was
An
just his son.
extra
He didn't see it either.
Easter egg thing that they put in there. It's really good, man. It adds interest to the bits where it's just kind of just mood in the scenes, and then this little thing will pop up, and you go, "Oh wow, that's awesome!"
Yeah.
I thought it was genius, man. I really, really like that.
It must have been the screen. Must have been shit because nobody in the cinema seen any of that.
Yeah.
It's full on.
you-
I mean, it's a full on film. Like it's,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and again, it feels like a very directed film as well, which is
yeah,
I like
super
directed
well
film.
crafted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
they directed the hell out of that movie,
Yeah,
and yeah, the guy definitely knows what he's like, exactly what he wants, and the mood he wants to get, and the what he wants you to get from it, and just does it like brilliantly. And
I mean, to be fair, when he's got Nicolas Cage, he's probably just gone, be as Nicolas Cage. We're gonna put this makeup on you and be as Nicolas Cage as you possibly can be. You know, almost, you know, pretend you've just won $1 million on the slots in Las Vegas, man. And he'll go, right, okay. He goes, but you're a serial killer as well. And you go, okay, I got it. Oh, yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's weird how serial killer movies, like a really, really good one, they're kind of like they proper stand out. Like when a really good serial killer, and like those are the ones that do get like talked about.
Yeah.
Like you have the Lambs, you have a Seven, and like they'll come up. Even
They
like
they get awards because technically, you know, well, award committees won't class them as horrors; they'll class them as thrillers. But Longlegs is a thriller masquerade. Well, no, a horror film masquerading as a thriller, 100%. Same as Seven. It's a horror film masquerading as a thriller.
It plays like a horror film. Like
yeah.
Right. Let's see what Dave Boosie's saying. Dave Boosey says best horror movie so far for me is Terrifier 3.
What good taste.
Dave Boosey, I don't like these modern horror movies typically.
Dave, you're on a stream which is the best of 2024, mate. You know, you've got to bear with us, man. Bear with us.
Yeah, very odd. Sometimes your house shook as soon as he showed up.
That's true.
Right. So, what was mine? We finished them before, there, have we?
I don't. Elwood's was.
Mine was Romulus, wasn't it?
Well, yours was Romulus. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Romulus.
Yours was mine was Speak No Evil. Yours was Longlegs.
Yeah.
Go on, then number 3, Elwood.
Number 3. Well, this is like what we had before about foreign release dates, but it was definitely released in this country in 2024, and it's The Coffee Table.
Great choice.
Which is a brilliant film. And you haven't seen it, have you? Not?
I haven't seen it.
Basically, what you're doing, I just think you don't like Shudder.
Like
if anything's on Shudder, it's like A24. You've got the A24 version, and that with Shudder, you're like that going, oh, Shudder. Ooh. That's the deal. You can get it. Watch it. It's there now. You can stream it at any time. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'll get on it. I'll definitely get on it.
I think it came out in Spain in 2023 or 2022, maybe. I don't know. We didn't get it until 2024. But yeah, that's one horrific film. And the whole concept of it is a bitty baby getting, well,
accidentally killed. I mean, accidentally killed, and you know, the runtime is like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
First 5 minutes is a setup, a scene in a fucking furniture shop. Second 5 minutes is the second 5 minutes is the bairn accidentally getting killed by the coffee table, and the rest of it is the husband just trying to not even get away with it, but just trying not to break the bad news. It's fucking nuts. It is.
And the ending is Vass, you won't like the ending. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. I mean,
horrible.
Oh, okay. No, that sounds like it might be okay.
I'll go next, Elwood, for obvious reasons. Sorry about fucking up the rotation, but my number 3 is also the coffee table as well. You know, it's for exactly the same reasons. It was a fucking nerve jangler. I didn't expect it, and that movie stayed with me for a long time. Like it stayed with me for days, and it's one of those movies that do I want to watch it again? Probably not. probably not. You know, I might watch it again to freak my friends out or something like that, you know, but there's a lot of suspense, there's a lot of nerve jangling, edgy of your seat stuff in there. There's a lot of empathy in there, there's a lot of fear in there, there's a lot of gross out shit in there. But it's all in your mind. They're very sensible, and they don't show you the nasty stuff. They leave your imagination to do most of it, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that kind of thing. It's a measured, very well made film, like very well made film. The acting is fucking perfect. It's pitch
Wouldn't even
perfect.
cost that much. What was the budget on that? You reckon it wouldn't even cost that much, really? To be fair, got to be a low budget flick, that hasn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I just heard something. I'm freaking out. Yeah. I heard bang, 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 bang. My dog's not going nuts. I'll be 2 seconds.
Dave Boosty said, I find Alien Romulus to be sci-fi. I mostly like the overall, except its ending and mostly boring characters. Yeah, the characters didn't really light up the screen. Yeah, you're absolutely right there.
Yeah, it was just the dog itching her ass, man. She was against the wall itching, and it's fucking banging through the house and that. So I thought there was a werewolf at my door. So yeah.
Relax, Peter.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can't find
out.
out.
By the way, have you seen my new T-shirt, man? It's an American Well for London T-shirt. I don't know if you can see that there, right? Yeah. And can you see in the British Isles?
There's a werewolf.
Can you see that?
Oh, right. Okay.
Is it?
That is cool, so subtle, dude. It
looks
very
a bit like
subtle.
Godzilla.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that is super subtle. I would never have noticed that.
Doesn't tell you how much it cost to make.
Right, so I do my number 3 while you look for how much it cost. Right, my number 3.
I'd be surprised, mate, if it was anything over $1 million. I mean, you know, it could very much be a stage play. That movie, like it
doesn't
very much be a play.
Doesn't say.
Right, Bass, go number 3.
Yeah. My number 3 was mine was Long Legs for number 3, because that was one that was that was another one where it was it had a really good trailer to it, and it was like tantalizing, but it didn't tell you too much at all. And I didn't think Nicolas Cage could pull off like a scary performance, because he's Nicolas Cage, you know. It's like he's so enjoyable to watch, but I think he pulled it off like really well.
I kind of worried that Nicolas Cage is maybe, I hope this makes sense, but maybe a little bit too overexposed to take him seriously.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it was a brave choice. I think it's a brave choice by that Oz Perkins, whatever his name is, to pick Nicolas Cage for that role. But like it worked the T. It worked the T. I think it was a perfect choice. But yeah, that was that's one movie where I was hooked all the way through. I mean, it could have turned out to be like a boring movie, because it's like there's not a lot of action happening, but it was just so well done. I was along for the ride all the way through, and I like the ending where they weren't afraid to like put their flag down in it being supernatural, and I like that because that was ballsy. And normally they shy away from that sort of stuff to make it more legitimate. That it's just it's not actually. It will make you think it's supernatural, but it's not really supernatural, because we don't want to go that way. But they did it, and like they did it like proudly, and I think they sold it, and I'm happy they did that. So they get extra points for that as well. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Nice.
You got number 2?
Do it.
Number 2. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Strange Darling. Number 2.
Strange Darling. Is that even a horror film, dude?
Of course it is.
You think?
Oh, she might. Have you seen it? She's a
Is
serial
it,
killer.
oh, actually, it's
I've
weird,
seen, I've seen it. I've seen it.
was
Yeah,
Strange
yeah.
Darling the one with the where it goes in the different acts,
Yeah.
in the different
Yeah.
order? That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a super smart film, like.
6 chapters.
Yeah.
And it goes
Yeah.
backwards and forwards.
Yeah, it's a super smart. I think it's not as good as if it's shot chronologically, right enough. You know, I think the hook is how it's presented to you. You know, so you could maybe instead of best director, you should probably say best editor for that movie. But the performances were great. It's tight, and it left me wondering that woman. She's an absolutely horrific fucking psychopath in it. Like I was scared by her. Like to be fair.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good choice. Like, I mean, to be honest, it's one of those movies as well. It's like it's the critics' darling, if you like, this year. Like, it's popping up on a lot of lists, you know, in a lot of top threes. Yeah, absolutely. But I had a good time with it. Like, I mean, to be fair, yeah, for me, it kind of narrowly just missed me top 10, narrowly. Yeah, but I had a really good time with it.
If I'm honest, the only thing that's of note in that movie is the way they play with the timeline and the way they show you the story unfolding in its own way to mix it up so it tells a different story to what you think. But like that's really the only thing that really could have that stood out for me at all in the movie. And I like that they did that, and I like the way that the characters are feeling the same way you are watching it, because you're realizing the same time they're realizing, and it's like that was neat, but like I didn't think it was a fantastic film or anything.
Oh, what's my number 2, right?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm happy you like it that much.
Yeah, totally, man.
Bad, yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. Like I gotta say,
it's
mentioned Horrific Nightmares GM.
It's kind of a one-time deal because the way the story is told. To be fair, I don't think it has rewatchability. Yeah, because of the hook. Unless there's stuff in there that we haven't discovered, like you know, underpinning little signs and that tell you the truth and all that we've missed or something that I'd be interested to see. But it's a fairly simple story, to be fair. But the way it's constructed makes it a simple story complicated, if that makes any sense. You know, they've complicated a simple story, and being rewarded by that because, you know, like I say, it's kind of the critic's darling at this point in time. So is maybe a sign of making a good movie these days, telling the same simple story that's probably been told in about 1 million scary generic horror movies, but telling it in a slightly different fashion. That's probably, I mean, in fact that is it. I remember when, me and Elwood were at college, we were in art and design. There was this graphics teacher that told me and Elwood that everything is 98% rip-off and only 2% inspiration. And I think that movie is a perfect example of this, because it is the same story that we've seen in 1 million genre movies, but told in a different fashion. And it's getting lauded for it, you know, and like I say, you know, it's told in a different fashion down to its editor. You know what I mean? It's like when they got all the dailies and stuff like that, the director laid all this footage down. They chose to go a certain direction, or maybe that was always the plan. Who knows?
I'm sure they planned that, dude. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's, you know, it's about assembly, and that movie was assembled in a way to provoke confusion and questions that, had the story of being told naturally, like in everyday life, those questions wouldn't be there. You know, so the narrative creates the questions, not the actual plot. It's a strange one.
I'm not convinced it's a horror film. I've got to say, I'm not convinced it's a horror film.
Hey, it says horror in here, and also, you know, the guy that's in it who's off the Smile, Kyle Gallner.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good.
He's down in this movie because you don't find out his name. He's down. He's called the Demon. Yeah.
Well,
because she sees him as a demon, doesn't she? That's what she does.
Yeah,
she sees him.
She sees him as the demon, and they marketed it that way because I think he appears on the poster as the demon. They had character posters, and remember, you're supposed to think that this guy's a serial killer,
Yeah.
You know, yeah, absolutely. And I hope we're not
Spoilers.
spoiling anything by just merely saying that, but you're supposed to think that he's a serial killer. But once the hoodwink is over, you're left with a very well acted stalk and slash. And let's call it for what it is. It's a stalk and slash, like
There's
you know
loads
what I mean?
there's loads of good covers for it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, the artwork. I mean, it went full on, kind of art house. It went to, all the relevant festivals and everything like that.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's a stalk and slash movie. You know, if you chuck that narrative in, chronological order, it's a stalk and slash with good performances.
Yeah. 7.1. And the end scene as well, at the end, when the camera's just on her and she's dying
Oh yeah,
for like
yeah.
5 minutes.
A long time.
I know.
Yeah, a long time.
Wasn't a happy ending,
Well,
Vast, wasn't it?
I think what that's about, mate, is what I took from that is when she was killing people, she liked to watch the lights go out, and that was part of a kind of kick. And I think the camera is putting you in that position. You're watching her lights go out. It's putting that's what I took from it. That's what I took.
Pretty brutal movie, like.
A little bit pretentious. A little bit full of itself.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Thank you, Horrific Nightmare GM, for stopping by. Happy holidays to you too.
Happy holidays. Oh yeah, it's Christmas, man. Fucking Christmas.
Dave Boothie says, and now ahead we will be getting 28 years later. What happened to months?
Oh yeah.
They said it was too long, didn't they? So the gap was too long, so they couldn't do months.
Yeah. What did you think of the trailer? Did you watch the trailer, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks good.
He's in it.
It doesn't leave.
Killian.
He's in it. Yeah, he's in it.
Killian.
Where there? No. That body isn't Cillian Murphy. No.
That's him. He's a zombie, isn't he?
He's not a zombie, man. No, I've seen fucking set photographs where he's wandering around with a gun with Kick-Ass. Him and Kick-Ass are I think it's just an incredibly skinny zombie where the internet nerds have went, that's Cillian Murphy. I don't know, Cillian Murphy's just skinny, and you went, oh, okay, that skinny man must be fucking that skinny man. You're like,
it's just a teaser, really, isn't it? It's a long teaser, but they don't really tell you much. They just show a bunch of zombies and a few characters. You don't know where they fit in. You don't know how it's going to be, how it's going to unfold. They just
I mean, I have to say, I am kind of terrified of 28 Days Later zombies. Like, they are fucking scary. Like, even in 28 Weeks Later, they're fucking terrifying because they're relentless. There's no outrunning them. They're all Linford Christie. Can you imagine that? Fucking the zombie apocalypse, and then suddenly they all turn into Linford Christie. Daley Thompson fucking running you down in that, man. They're absolutely fucking like wildfire. Aye. They've got the cheat code, man. Aye, they've got the cheat code. But yeah.
Have you seen? Did you guys see that? I saw the Return of the Living Dead 2025 teaser, and that. Did you watch that?
No,
I did. I don't know if it's fake or real, mate. I can't work it out whether it's fake or real. It looked like Tarman dragging something with Christmas lights on, and then the Christmas lights went off. Takes ages. It's overlong. It's amateur made, and then it says Return of the Living Dead Christmas 2025. And yeah, I don't know if it's real. It doesn't look real. Have you seen it? It's bad. It's badly made.
Elwood, have you seen the trailer?
No.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Is it on?
Is it worth watching? We can watch it now if you want.
Whack it on, mate. Whack it on. I mean, I don't think you'll get copyright because I've got a funny feeling it's fan made, mate. It's got that air about it.
On my feed, but I didn't watch it. Let me get the YouTubes up. It's on lots of different things. Movie trailer saw, Joe Blow horror, Twisted Locker. Tarman is back. Should we give it a go?
It does look like Tarman. Go for it. All
right then. Let me just share things. I am interested to see it. Like,
there's not much on here about it. Like,
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Okay, let's have a call. Can you hear anything?
Yeah.
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin child, holy infant, so tender and sleeping
It's a proper teaser, isn't it? You think that's in the movie?
Nah, it's
No.
a proper teaser. The movie hasn't been made. This looks like something that you give to executives to get a budget, a deal done.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing on Internet Movie Database about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's coming soon.
It feels like
It's
April
a
Fool's
concept
or
trailer.
something.
It looks like a concept trailer that you
Mhm.
give to someone to get financing.
Yeah. Let's watch the rest of it. I just want to stop it just so we didn't get copyrighted
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah, it's not coming out this year.
I don't know, man. That was a bit of a nothing thing. They didn't even show you the Tarman properly.
Yeah.
How did they even
Well,
know that was the Tarman? I couldn't even recognize him.
His silhouette. I mean, his silhouette reminds me of Tarman, right enough. I think he's got the long nails and stuff like that. But I think Dave Bushy says in the comments that the gate's animated and stuff like that. So it's for me, it's a concept trailer that you hand to an executive to try and get a budget, to try and drum up a bit of interest, so you get someone gives you the money to do it. Yeah.
I heard there's a fan film with Linnea Quigley and someone else from Part 1 in it called Trash's Revenge, coming out separate too. Okay. Found that out from another YouTube channel. That tree must have way long extension cords.
Totally.
Totally. Seminary gates look animated. Couldn't they afford real gates to flip up?
Could be AI, couldn't it? For all we know. You can't tell these days.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What
I'm
do we
not
get up
actually
to?
here at the moment. I'm downstairs on my couch chilling. This is just AI Pete. I've probably been more insightful tonight because I'm AI.
What were we up to? Number 2, and yours was Strange Darling, right?
Yeah.
Shall I do my number 2? Do you want to do yours, Pete?
Whichever way, I'm quite happy to do mine, mate. If you want me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so mine is The Substance at number 2. And I know, Vasi, I don't think you like this movie because you sent me a text during the week saying, that movie shit, Pete, what you're on about? But the Substance for me, I watched it and it fucking blew my tiny little mind. It was how can I put it? It was Cronenberg, but for pussies, and I'm a pussy when it comes to Cronenberg. Yeah. Is it Cronenberg? Am I right? Yeah.
It was quite Cronenberg.
Any of the Cronenberg could be. Brandon, David.
Totally.
I think his daughter's doing one as well.
Yeah, totally. It's Cronenberg for pussies. It's a lot more easier to swallow than a Cronenberg movie, and a little less sterile, which served me well. I dug it, man. I dug Demi Moore's performance. I thought was great. I haven't had any opinions really on Demi Moore's acting performance. Maybe apart from The Seventh Sign, she was good in that. but apart from that, I've never really thought about that actress whatsoever. And then she comes with this movie, and she kind of puts in a performance which is kind of pretty. It's a very honest performance, and it's great. And the other girl, is it Margaret Quigley? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's stunning in this movie. I mean, she rocked it for me in this movie. And that, like I said, the pump it up exercise scene, I don't think I've ever seen anything as awesome as that. I love that.
Like a TikTok video, man. Pete. Seriously, it looks like a fucking TikTok.
I loved it. But where it gets out, and this is the thing, I've read reviews and they all say it's all right until the end, right? But I love the end where it goes full on, absolutely batshit fucking crazy. There's gore flying all over the place, and there's monsters and everything like that. Fuck me, I loved it. It was so fucking nice. It was so fucking refreshing. I fucking loved it, man. I loved it. Honestly,
I might not even seen the end.
I did not think The Substance would be beaten this year on my top 10 list. I did not think it, because that movie kicked me in the balls. It blew me away. I laughed. I had empathy, and I also, was amazed. I couldn't believe my eyes in parts, and that's all I can ask in any movie, man, that I watched. But yeah, blew me away. I didn't think I'd like it. I thought that it might be a little bit too feminine for me, a little bit too maybe feminist for me, but it wasn't any of that. It kind of blew me away. It's a proper body horror film, and also a gonzo horror film. It goes balls to the wall, absolutely bonkers crazy at the end. I loved it. Number 2 for me. Happily.
Good, wasn't he?
He was good. He was good, man. He was
I've
good.
always liked Dennis Quaid.
He was good, but the director shows, even a subtle thing like chewing food, the director brings right to the forefront, and it makes you feel how Demi Moore is feeling at that point in time.
Like a million movies, Pete.
I've seen it before, and I've seen it before,
the dickhead boss acting like a dickhead. And then they show what a disgusting guy is.
Yeah. I've seen it before, but as a collection, and what I loved about, and that's another thing that I loved about it, was everything is done in sterile light, absolutely sterile white light. Everything is done in, they're like all the effects and stuff like that. So there's nothing hidden by shadows and stuff like that. And there's a lot of it that looks really ropey. Don't get me wrong, but brilliantly ropey.
Yeah, some of the effects are really bad, man.
Yeah. But brilliantly ropey. No, I loved it.
You loved it. Oh my God.
I loved it. You can't knock The Substance for me. No, honestly, you can't knock The Substance for me. I think The Substance is phenomenal, and the fact that movie went to a cinema these days is just fucking fantastic. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a body swap. I mean, essentially, it's Freaky Friday with fucking Lindsay Lohan and fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. It's the same movie, but with a bit of body swapping, as in David Cronenberg style. That's literally what we're watching here. I loved it. I know you're going to hate on it, so go hate on it. And I understand people who hate it. I love it.
Have it on our list, because I do have it on my list, just not this one. Right, my number 2 was I'll do this one quickly because we've already talked about it. It was Infested, which is way back in number 10, but that was probably seriously, it's the most fun I've had. I've got to say, probably the most fun I've had this year watching a movie, like the all the way through, man. I was squirming all the way through. I was like, it had that reaction on me all the way through the movie. Like all the spider stuff, man, was awesome. Like everything I could have wanted from a killer spider monster movie type thing. It did it perfectly, man. And it was great. The spiders this size was scary, and this size was scary, and this size is scary. No, not so scary when they were this size, but still, we just had an excellent time, man.
But were any of them made out of jelly? That's what we need to know, you know what I mean?
That's true, man. That's good.
I thought it was great.
Blue, 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 blue.
What
Didn't have a
thing.
theme tune like that, did it?
No, it didn't. That's right. Shit.
Yeah, I loved it.
I didn't think it
absolutely
was shit, Paul. It's not shit. Did you really have a shit time with Infested?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Why? Subtitles.
I
Was it
loved
subtitles?
Absolutely loved
It was a lot of talking.
There was a lot of talking. There was a lot of, do you know what?
Really get
I think my gripe, my only gripe from Infested, because I like the way it was shot, and I like the fact that this guy is doing the new Evil Dead movie. I think it's been titled this week. I think it's called Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead.
Oh, that's a good
Aye.
title. I like it.
It's a good title, man. It's a good title. So
yeah.
I like the fact. I like the fact that that he's got the gig and everything like that. But like Elwood says, I've got to agree with him. A lot of the characters they mourned a lot, like in this movie, in French as well, and you're just like, shut the fuck up. I don't like French people at the best of times, and they mourned a lot. Oh, have you ever been to France? It's fucking diabolical, man. They mourn, they go, oh, ho, ho. You're like, I'm so sophisticated. No, they go, oui. But that's it. I'm so sophisticated. Paris, this. You know, I'm so sophisticated. Oh, fashionista and all this, blah blah. And yet they piss in the street all over the place. They piss in the street and they crap in the street and stuff like that. And you're like that, going, what the fuck? Where am I? Fuck France. Anyway, so yeah. They did mourn a lot in this movie, like, you know, about the dad and all this melodrama going on, and I'm like, I'm here for the spiders.
How come I didn't notice any of
Shut
that?
the fuck up.
I didn't notice any of that. I was just looking for the spiders.
You
everywhere.
know any of the melodrama? I'm going to sell you some trainers and all this. I'm like that going, I'm here for the spiders. Get on with the plot. Get on with the fucking plot.
Shit. Fucking
Huh?
what was all that trainer shit?
God knows, man. Honestly, fuck knows. Honestly, but that's my gripe. That's why, and that's why I think it was number 9 on my list, because far too much melodrama. But when the spiders came in, just like that Wolves movie I watched the other day, you know, not the greatest movie. Yeah,
first half of that movie, man, dude, it was like absolutely nothing happens.
Well,
in the first half of that movie, it's all like relationships and this, that, and the other. But the second half was good. Like the second half was good.
What did I say when I warned you about the movie?
Yeah.
When the wolves turn up, it's cool. Because the wolves are...
They could have done the whole movie like that.
I know.
They could have
the wolves were badass.
First half. It was literally half the movie. They could have wrapped up that first half in like 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The wolves were bad. The wolves in that movie were very much like the grizzly bear in The Revenant. You know, the grizzly bear attacks Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant. It was kind of that level attack.
In case anybody wants to know the name of the movie, I've forgotten.
It's not that werewolves. What? It's not werewolves, isn't it? Not.
No, it's not werewolves. I haven't seen that yet.
It's one on Netflix that you made me watch.
But watch out for the wolves or something. The wolves come out. Something. What was it?
Then the wolves come. It's literally called "Then the Wolves Come." Yeah, I mean the title is saying the movie shit. Then the wolves come. You know, I mean, literally, the fucking title says it.
That was so shit, that movie.
You should have called it "When Will the Wolves Come?" Because they're
like Elwood, did you watch the entire movie? Did you actually get to the part where the wolves come?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll take it. Take my train of thought back.
This.
Okay. Listen, I said it was all right.
Let's
anyway.
Get some comment on it. Dave Bougie said, "Have you ever seen the movie Looker Pete from 1981? I found that funny enough, self-image type sci-fi thing."
Looker, I think that's the one with Albert Finian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I have. It reminded me very much of Runaway with Tom Selleck. Same deal. Well, similar deal. Anyway, I think it was Columbia Pictures. They both brought it on video pretty much at the same time.
I don't get the connection there, people. Anyway, the movie Ticks was originally called Infested before they changed the title. Or the guy, isn't it? I'm infested. Did he not say that in the movie?
So, Elwood, you were the first ever person to show me the movie Ticks and that. And I watched it. I remember like dismissing it as shite, and then I went to a horror film festival. It was an all-nighter. You go in at 10 o'clock and you get out at 6 in the morning. They show you about 5 movies. And Ticks was one of them. I had to sit through Ticks again and that with fucking...
About 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no, the first movie was The Thing. You know what I mean? I was thinking this is going to be great, and it was a 35mm print of The Thing as well, which was awesome. And you're thinking this is going to be good. Second movie was Halloween 3. I was like, oh, this is fucking brilliant. And then I got an Argento movie, and then it was Ticks, and I can't remember what the final one was.
I don't know how people do them, like them all night.
Oh,
Absolutely.
they're amazing, Mike Paul. If you ever get the opportunity, they're amazing. You just hunker down. What we did is we got in our seats, mate. We had a bag, we had a bottle of whiskey, other bottles of fucking pre-mixed, and we just got pissed. We just got pissed and watched these movies and that. Now, the beauty of it, like all-nighter movies is you can laugh at the screen, you can be as noisy and rambunctious as you want. They're a good time. There was a few people falling asleep, but in between the movies you get like old dodgy trailers, and you get folk like throwing like freebies, t-shirts, posters at you, and that this guy right next to us got The Thing poster, like a proper quad poster thing. I went up to him, I think at the time, and I said, I'll give you £100 for it, and he went, nah. Nah. I was like, I got it, but it's £100. And he went, nah, fuck you. And I was like,
I used to do them at Whitby years ago, down in the pavilion. They've got a little cinema down there. It's like an old building. It's a really cool building. And they used to do it all night, like a Fright Fest type of thing. And they used to get like speakers and people that used to come. It was I think Bram Stoker's granddaughter. She came in. She came in and introduced one of the movies.
Wow,
that'd be so cool. But it was that concept, the all-nighter. If you get the opportunities every April in Edinburgh, you know, get your girlfriend, go up to Edinburgh. There's something called the Dead by Dawn Festival every April. And it's a week full of horror movies, but you also get the fucking Midnight Madness pass, which is an all-nighter. Get yourself involved. Take a week off. Do the festival. It's fucking awesome. You'll watch some shite, don't get me wrong. Oh, yeah.
But you'll watch some good stuff, but it's all introduced by the directors and everything like that. One year I went, the host was on there. So the director of the host introduced it and all this. Bruce Campbell introduced My Name is Bruce. I got to ask Bruce Campbell a question in the Q&A and all this. Fucking phenomenal, mate. It's like 40 quid a ticket. It's fuck all. It's pennies.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
lunch money.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
Yeah. Nah, it's lunch money, mate. Honestly, do it. You'll love it. You'll love it, Elwood. It's just for a week.
Awake.
Eh?
I can't stay awake.
No, I know. I'm like that these days. Like I have to say.
All the young'uns will be all right, but we're old now.
Yeah, I mean, when I did this, when was that? I mean, it's got to be 10 years ago. The all-nighter that I did. But yeah, Ticks was one of them. I remember it, and I remember giggling because I thought, I'm pretty sure fucking Elwood showed me this movie and that. It's got Carlton in. Is that the one with Carlton in? It is, isn't it? It's Carlton from Fresh Prince. Yeah, he's in that movie. Yeah, I think Carlton's in that movie.
Does he do the dance?
He doesn't do the dance. No, he's proper serious. Do you know what? Carlton in this movie is like a fucking gym bro, like a Chad, like a the masculine character in that, and you're like, nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Sorry.
He can't him as a fucking Chad.
No, he's the proper Chad. Oh, check this out, man. I've seen these before, man. Cheez-Its. Yeah, they've seen these. They came in my shop today, so I thought I'm gonna try and do a £2, and I thought £2 crisps, they must be good.
Oh, they're spicy.
Cheese and chili.
Yeah, there you go.
Made with 100% cheese. They are cheesy.
I tried those Dorito ones that are
really
spicy. They're fucking they blow your head off.
Or the flaming hot ones.
Something like that. Flaming hot Doritos. Yeah.
Yeah, they are fucked up, man. You can't actually eat those fucking things, man. It's fucking nuts. You spend your life, once you buy a bag of flaming hot Doritos, you just spend all your time dipping them in sour cream dips and that, just to fucking calm the fuck down and that.
Nasty.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Right. What do we get to?
Vass, did you just go and take a shit while we were on live with that? You were away for a while there. You either cracked one out when you took a shit, one of the two, man. Which one was it?
I don't think no one
It's
needs
in the
to.
loop, man. Just leave me alone. God.
Right.
Dave Boosty, you got to see all three first Rocky movies on a triple bill. Are we talking about Rocky? With an intermission at a local theatre in my hometown town, Arlington, when Rocky 3 came out in '83.
That would have been good. Oh, because we were talking about overnight movies like Midnight Mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I had a projectionist friend in the
that
80s.
sounds like a good triple bill, though, to be fair. Especially ending
Yeah.
with Rocky 3, the best.
Yeah,
The best.
totally. When I had a projectionist friend in the 80s, on a Saturday, I would watch 3 movies in theatre from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. It was this full shift. Oh, that sounds
Bullshit.
good.
Man,
Dave Boosty, I like some popcorn as a good chip puffed rice type snack.
we were talking about snacks, boss. Snacks.
Ah, okay. Oh, well, they like them cheese dips. I've not tried them.
They're good, man. They're good. They're made with 100% real cheese, boss. To be fair, these ones are cheesy chili. Oh, hold on, where's my camera?
The crisps? I thought they were like puffs.
Horror
Yeah.
Lives Matter. Horror Lives Matter, sponsored by Cheez-Its.
Right.
Buy your Cheez-Its today, everyone. 10% discount.
Do you know what? Every time I come up, right, to do one of these live streams, I'll bring my kit bag, right? Do you want to see it? It's my beer rack, right? At the moment, right? It's only got 1 bottle of wine in. It did have a box of wine. It's got me cheesies. It had me little bottle. I put my bin next to me, so they're all in there. So at the moment, I've still got my bottle of wine. And just in case I run out, got my wee cider in there as well, man. I think of everything.
Nice. Are we on number 1 then?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Did you what was your number 2, Vass?
Infested. Just went through this.
Oh, no. I meant, like, did you just go and do your number 2?
Shut up.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Right, number 1. It must be the same for all 3 of us then. Just say it
Yeah, I
on
would
3.
have thought so.
On 3,
I think
eh?
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Smile 2.
Smile
Yeah.
2, yeah. No doubt.
As we were talking about the other week, it's brilliant, isn't it? I'm going to watch it again. So.
Me too, man. Me too. The fucking movie came out of nowhere. Who the fuck thought that a sequel would be not only better than the original, but phenomenal? Like, scary as shit. Fucking mind-boggling, well-made, very directed.
Proper scary. Proper scary as shit.
Yeah.
Scariest film I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
100%.
confusing. A little tiny bit confusing.
Good confusing,
so good.
like
I
a
went
Event
along with
Horizon confusing type of thing, you know, with some of the scares that it plays with you, it messes with you,
Yeah.
it puts you in the position of the victim type of thing.
Mhm.
I loved it. Do you know what? And you're right, Massey. I'm still not sure what actually I watched, what's real, what's not real, that kind of thing. And those are the movies that you will go back to time and time again, as you know, as the thing. And you know, I always use the thing as a reference point for that. But this movie has, it's got literal chapters of the movie that I'm not sure did that take place or not. Then, you know what I mean? But not in a bad way, not in a pretentious way, not in a fucked up way or anything like that. In a good way, man. In it, you know, the director was fucking with you, and you always worry when a sequel goes big time, it ups the scale. You always worry about that because does it lose the gravitas? Does it lose the suspense? The suspense went through the roof. I loved it. I mean, it literally was a 10 out of 10 horror experience this year.
Oh
for
yeah,
me. Like,
I'll give it a solid 8.5 because it was a bit long. But yeah, it was a fantastic.
Oh, it was
film.
long. Yeah, a Smile 3.
It didn't need to be that long.
Outlay.
It didn't need to be.
They've got to make a Smile 3.
They've got to, you know, but surely Smile 3 is going to be, you know, a story about the end of the world.
Yeah.
You would think, but there's no talk of it. I've not heard any talk of it, just yet or anything like that. But no, I never expected this movie to be good. I mean, I didn't.
And
I had the option of going to see Terrifier 3 or Smile 2 at the cinema, and I opted for Terrifier 3 because I thought this will be the better movie. That's how my expectations were low for this movie because
because the first one was just a bit Smile.
Well, I like the first one a lot. I like the first one a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I thought to myself, it won't be as good as the original, and it's been pumped out within a year of release of the original, and they're never good. They're never good, those films.
Like Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. Oh, I mean, not like Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows.
Not like that. No, exactly.
And the acting was terrific. The main girl, she was like half the movie there. She was on screen pretty much every single scene, and she was great.
Absolutely. Yeah, she absolutely carried that film. Elevated it. She was brilliant. You believed her fear, and also you liked her. Even though she's a rich fucking person that we'll never ever meet in our lives, and we shouldn't be able to empathize with a person like that. In fact, if you look at the fucking recent murder of a CEO, we definitely don't have empathy for people like that. Yeah. But this movie,
she's flawed, isn't it? She's like a flawed character, so it was.
Absolutely, yeah. But no, I cannot rate Smile 2. And the thing is about Smile 2 is if you tell people about Smile 2 how good it is, they won't believe it because it's just another fucking sequel that was shut out 12 months after the original.
Yeah,
exactly.
You think Smile 2? You think, fuck off.
Yes, yeah.
And I found out the other day, when she's like at the awards thing, pretty. Yeah. Jack Nicholson's fucking son's in it, isn't he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. That's Jack Nicholson's son.
And it looks dead like when you know, you're like, oh yeah.
He's totally Jack Nicholson. I think they had alternate posters that they put out as well with just him staring, going like that, Smile too, and that. Yeah. So I mean,
is he so lazy, or has he just got loads of money? He doesn't have to do anything.
I don't know, mate. I don't even know if he's an actor or what. Yeah.
No, he's been in about two shit things, and that's it. And Smile 2, and that's it.
But I mean,
work.
That movie is. Do you know what? I never bought Smile on Blu-ray or anything like that. But I'll go out now and I'll wait for the inevitable double pack, and I'll go and buy the double pack of the pair of them when it comes out. Because when the power goes off, you want your physical media to have Smile and Smile 2 in your collection. Like, I'm not going to say it's an essential film, Smile 2, but it's very, very close. It's very, very close.
Do you reckon after Smile 2 is come out now, and you go back and eventually watch Smile 1 and Smile 2 back to back, it's going to make Smile 1 better?
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it is quite similar. It's just this one's better directed and better acted.
Do you know what the thing is? I mean, Smile 2. I mean, it's the same it's the same director. So he didn't just get better at directing, but he had more money. But if you look at when Ring came out, which essentially is the same story, the Japanese version, it's an end of the world movie about a virus that's low key just spreading through suburbia, which is ultimately what Smile 1 is about. But at the end of the movie, it shows you a wee threat that it could go bigger than that type of thing. Ring 2, Ring 0, they never explored that. Where I think Smile 2 it definitely explores that. It makes up for the mistakes of Ring 2 and Ring 0, if that makes any sense there.
I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, you get what I mean there. But as for Smile 3, like I say, I don't know where you go with Smile 3 because it's an end of the world story now. And there's no mystery anymore. There's no suspense. Yeah, there's no mystery anymore.
Approach and just like make it happen with everybody and just like have like maybe lots of different stories. Yeah.
Quite possible. I mean, listen, there's ways to do it, and to be honest, that
Yeah.
movie made enough fucking money to warrant a sequel. So, you know, you would expect a Smile 3 at some point if we're being realistic. But I just don't know where to go there. But one thing is for certain: if there is a Smile 3, they have to keep the same director. If they don't, we're going to get a piece of shit. If
Oh, well,
they
he
do,
did the 1 and 2, didn't he? So
yeah.
Yeah.
If
I'm
they
sure you
keep
had
it,
it in mind.
we might get something good.
Did he write the story as well? Did he write this story
yeah, he
as well?
wrote them both. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
Well, he must have had it in mind to do
that started it
yeah.
all. He did the short.
He's ended it like that himself.
But
Yeah.
I'd have to put Ray Nicholson in because he's 32 years old and he's done absolutely fuck all.
Has he not done fuck all?
He's been a second unit director on something
right,
that
okay.
no one's ever seen.
So they do the
Maybe
pickup
put
shot,
Smile
the second
3 in
unit
space.
directors and that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he says. Maybe put
Say again?
Smile 3 in space, he says.
So, yeah, get
What did
Ray
he say?
Nicholson back.
Put Smile 3 in space. Yeah, do you know what? Where else is it going to go where it's a surprise to anyone? But to be fair, if half the planet have the virus now, or quite a lot of the planet have the virus now, they're all going to be dead in 7 days. So
Yeah.
maybe it's the aftermath of the 7 days. Maybe. Who knows?
No
Or
one's
maybe they do it like the whole movie's people trying to avoid all those people have gone. They've been like the curse is out there. Everyone knows about it. Maybe you just got to try and avoid.
Yeah.
And, like, don't trust anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that monster at the end. What was that all about?
Yeah, was it similar to the first one though? There's that same sort of monstery thing at the end of the first one, wasn't there?
Oh, you say I hated the
In the
first
house.
one. But I didn't understand the start of
cabin.
the second one. I thought, what's going on? Who's this guy running around this house, jumping out windows?
I think it helped. I think it helped the way that one started. It started off really well, but I like the way it kind of just kicks off from the last one.
I love horror
You
movies
don't
that
need all
begin
that backstory.
absolutely after the first movie, you know, that has that continuity. I mean, to be honest, you know, we were going to do our original idea tonight was we were going to do movies that were that you hold, you know, you defend, but they aren't really that good, and you know, blah 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 blah. One of them ones was Halloween 2, and one of the reasons why I defend it is because it starts literally from you know, after Halloween 1, and it still has that same vibe, and that's why I defend it and all that blah blah. But ultimately, it's, you know, fucking boring, and you know, nothing much happens for the first hour of this movie, and then after it happens, you know, it's all about gore, and it's not about suspense, and it's not about fuck all.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I got off there, but yeah, it's I've lost my train of thought there, guys. Thinking about Halloween 2. Sorry.
So Dave Bushy said the exact same thing. Halloween 1981 did that too, Pete. That carries right up from part 1.
Yeah.
Hey, Bushy on the same train of thought, like that.
Disco music in its theme. Right, so we're done. That's our number 1.
Yeah, let's do the worst. The worst of 24.
Okay.
Right, top 5. Well, bottom 5.
But only 5.
5th worst. Do you want to go first, Albert?
Before we do the worst, any honourable mentions? We definitely do honourable mentions from the good stuff. Anything that
I liked, but not like
anything that like narrowly you had to delete out of your top 10 to because you went, oh shit, I forgot about that one.
No,
nothing.
No, not really. I mean, I like that Blink Twice. I enjoyed that movie, but I never thought I would put it in the top 10. So
I only had one, and it was Low Lives. You guys still need to watch Low Lives. I really like. You watched it?
I would have put that.
Yeah, Low Lives was my honourable mention. To be fair, really surprising, good little horror flick. I would have had that instead. Funny as hell as well.
I would have had that instead of Abigail.
Abigail, there you go. Yeah, definitely. It's much better than Abigail. Yeah,
change my list.
It's done now, forever. Okay, so let's do our bottom 5.
Okay,
number 5. Albert, go on.
Okay, my number 5 is so many to choose from.
Yeah,
I'll say Oddity.
Oh, that's on your worst. Number 5 worst.
Shit.
What
We
did you
bored
hear
of it.
about? What did he?
We bored
Bored
with it.
me to tears.
What?
Scary. Fucking not scary at all. What was it? What was it? What was it?
Don't get it. I don't get it, Harry.
Didn't get the movie. I just didn't get the movie at all. I just didn't understand. Didn't know what I was watching. It was odd.
To be
It was
fair to you,
oddity.
Paul, right, I have to say kudos to you for keeping so quiet when me and fucking Vass have been raving about audio now. Like, I have to say kudos to that. Like, you kept fairly quiet there, Elwood. Yeah, I respect
And
that.
I didn't say that because obviously I switched it off after about 15 minutes or whatever.
Holy shit. Okay. So the old school Hammer House of Horror type horror doesn't work on you at all.
No, didn't like it. Didn't like the actors. Didn't like anyone in it. I thought it was crap.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Just it was crap. Crap.
Yeah.
It sounds like my mother has
Unless the
risen
ending
from
was
the
really
grave
good.
and taken your seat. God, I didn't like it. With shit. It's crap. It's crap. I've seen this. Do you know what? I used to show my fucking mother, right? I put in a movie that I actually shouldn't have a copy from that was just on the cinema. I go like, "Whoa, watch this," and she go, "I've seen this," and I'm going, "You haven't fucking seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. It was on Channel 4. I go, "What's it about then? What's it about?" Ah, it's about the woman. It's about the woman who does that thing, you know, and she makes that. And I'm like, "You haven't fucking seen it." Sheila Thompson is sitting in that chair, I would, you know what I mean?
Your man was crazy though.
Sorry,
Your man was actually called Crazy Sheila.
she was.
Yeah.
Just for anybody watching this, right? I'll tell you a little true story, and I think it was either Elwood and Jamesy or it was Dickie and Jamesy. I don't know who did it, but it was fucking funny. Someone put a card. If you've ever had a local supermarket, you can put like cards in. You're like car wanted, you know, or car for sale, £250, blah blah blah. Someone put a card in the local supermarket saying camcorder for sale, 50 quid, right? And camcorders were like 500 quid. Camcorder for sale, 50 quid. Call Crazy Sheila, and they put our number on, right? And for weeks. For weeks, mate, we kept getting phone calls, right? And she'd pick up the phone,
I
going,
never heard about this.
yeah, she'd go, "Hello?" And she'd be like, "I go, hello?" She'd be like, "Crazy Sheila, go away." With the phone down, right? And they just kept coming, man. There was countless phone calls. I don't know. Yeah, it was either you or Jamesy or Dickie and Jamesy.
That's the
Well,
Jamesy thing.
That
I
sounds
wouldn't
like
do that.
Call Crazy Sheila and that, man. But yeah, funny.
That's hilarious, dude. That's so funny.
Okay,
Right.
Oddity. Okay. You thought Oddity sucked. Okay. Bassy,
Some
what's
movies
your
just don't
top?
work on people. That's the thing, isn't it? It's they're just like the atmosphere just doesn't work, and like it's just not with it. Happens to us all.
No, fair bet.
Yeah.
One man's treasure is another man's trash.
Sometimes you be a bit patient, isn't it? If you don't have the patience, and sometimes you can blame the movie for that. The movie has the responsibility to draw you in, and if it doesn't do that, then you don't want to. You just not feeling it.
I wanted to like it. Obviously, I wanted to like every film that I put on, but it just didn't.
Totally. Otherwise, you wouldn't press play. You know, I respect that. I totally. I respect that. Right, Bass, number 5. What's yours?
All right, my number 5 is Terrifier 3.
Terrifier 3. What?
I didn't enjoy that movie one bit. Not one part of that movie did I enjoy. I didn't like any of it. I did not like any of it. I like 2. I didn't mind so much, and 1, it was fine, and like I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me at all. It was a turn off.
Do you feel it went too far, or you were numb to it, or what?
I don't know why it was happening, and it was just unnecessary, and it was just like I didn't want to see it, and I don't know why I didn't want to look at it, and I didn't want to like. It's not like I would watch it and I was watching it and going, "Oh, I can't see that. That's the most horrible thing ever." I was like, I just like, I don't want to see this. This like, I'm not enjoying this. I don't like. Why? Okay, he's doing this. This is happening. This is happening. Like, no thanks. No. I just wasn't interested. Seriously, I didn't even want to look at the screen because I was like, oh, okay, he's doing that to this person and this person's head is happening and this, and I was just, it's not for me. That's just not the type of. It's not horror for me. It's just blood and guts and nastiness, and there's no enjoyment there for me at all. Not one little bit. So no, I didn't like it at all. I mean, I'm sure that analyze it and say the effects are good. The way
but you watched it twice. You watched it twice. You watched it twice. I went out that day. You guys were watching it. I came back. You were watching it again. I was like, you must love this movie.
I literally went away hoping that he'd watch it without me, but it was still not on when I got back. He still hadn't put it back on. So I still had to watch the rest of it, even though he stopped it.
It was on for 5 hours that day. That fucking movie.
It was. Honestly, yeah. I went to the shop with. I mean, I have to say that day I went to the shop, I was the most hungover animal I think I've ever been in my life, right? And I went and braved the general public, and the public were like were breathing on me and that, and I was like, oh, fuck off. And I thought, at least it's not Terrifier 3. At least I'm not having to endure Terrifier 3. I thought by the time I come back, it'll be over. They'll be watching Michael Jackson Thriller again. It'll be fine. Yeah. And I got back and I was like, it's still on. And I thought, I knew this movie was long, but I've done 90 miles. I've done 90 miles and had a fucking, adventure.
Mm-hmm. There's no story to it. There's like, it's just killing and nastiness and gore and just, ugh.
Very gory. Very gory.
There's a wee bit of a story to it. Wee bit. I'm just not sure what. I'm not sure what the fuck it is.
It's all absurd anyway. It's just like
we'll have to wait until Terrifier 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Bassie's not waiting for that. Right. I'm
not even gonna try watching it. I had no intention of watching it. Then Al goes ahead and puts it on. So
would you not have watched it out of curiosity? Would you not?
I had no intention of watching it whatsoever. I did not want to watch it.
Hold on a second, Bass. Would you not have watched it out of curiosity, given the fact that you own a YouTube channel called Horror Lives Matter? Of course you would have watched it, man. You had to have watched it. It's your duty. It's your duty.
I know what I like. I know what I don't like, and it's just it's not my cup of tea. Okay.
Don't like Art the Clown.
Okay. Well, my number 5 worst horror movies of the year, and it could have been number 1. All my worst could have been number 1. But it's a movie called The Front Room. I had the displeasure of watching this fucking movie during the year, and it's about a married couple. Don't. It's about a married couple, the wife being Brandy from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and pop hits from the 90s and stuff. Yeah. It's an A24 movie. And it's about basically the mother-in-law from hell, right? The mother-in-law goes to live with her, but she's a bit of a sick, twisted person. But she also happens to be the most fucking stereotypical black woman ever. She might as well bang her feet at the top of the stairs and go, Thomas. She might as well do that. And there's shit in this movie as well. There's a lot of shit in this movie. Like there's a lot of feces in this movie. It fucking sucks. This movie, honestly, it fucking sucks. And look at that trailer. You think this might be all right? It fucking isn't, mate. It's the worst. Just fucking
competently made. Like
never heard of it. It's just come out as well. 25th October.
I never heard of it. No,
really? I watched it much before then. It must have come out in America before, and then maybe being released on the odd streaming service and that. And the trailer makes it look great, and that's why I watched it. Thinking this could be sinister as fuck, and it's not sinister. It's literally. Oh, do you remember them? Do you remember Little Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember Little Britain? Do you remember them comic skits where the old women would be there, and then they'd hear something like a black person's coming to the fair, and then they'd piss themselves, they'd lose all or they'd shit themselves or something like that, and
Yeah.
everybody laughed. It's a full movie of that. It's a full movie of that. It really is a fucking full movie of that. It's a dreadful film. It's a
I'm gonna
fucking
watch
dreadful film. Don't watch it. Don't watch it, honestly. But no, it's a dreadful film. It's fucking dreadful.
To be fair, it sounds really awful.
Yeah, listen, honestly, I was offended about. Listen, I was offended about how many young folk out there want to make a movie like us guys. If we got our heads together, if we made a movie and stuff like that, blah 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 blah, it would be awesome and all this. It definitely wouldn't be this movie, and it definitely wouldn't get a cinema release. You know what I mean? And then you look at this piece of shit, and just because it's got A24 stamped on it, have you noticed how A24 don't talk about this movie? And that's because it's fucking a piece of shit. It's it's a real piece of shit. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Avoid at all costs. Right, go on now. What's number 4?
My number 4, I'll just get my notes back up. My number 4 is In a Violent Nature. Fucking hell, boring as shit.
Fuck, man.
That's what I said. It was boring.
Fuck, that was my number 9 on my good list.
Oh, I don't want to watch 5 minutes of a guy walking through the fucking woods.
Yeah, it did do that. Oh, he walks from the front of the house to the back of the house, and it's like you watch him walk all the way around, not even like at a pace.
It doesn't even trip.
And the sound effects, do 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 do. I'm like, bloody hell, what you doing?
I was wondering to get a bramble. Or a
Jason
branch.
never walks at a
You'll
pace.
see someone to the window, and then you'll see him walk. In a normal movie, you see the woman doing the stuff inside the house and thinking she hears a noise and there's a bit of suspense. But you see the other guy at this window and then walking all the way around the back of the house, creeping in, and like there's like no suspense, no nothing. It's just I know exactly. What
Never
you mean,
in my life, never in my life did I think that I would experience a love letter to Friday the 13th movies and Jason and everything like that being rejected by horror fans. Fuck you too. You're wrong. I'm right.
It was a good kill. It was a good kill.
It was a good idea, but it doesn't work.
Oh,
it doesn't work.
Okay. Dig yourself out. Go on.
Wait there. It was a good kill. It was only one kill. I can only remember one kill. Was there any other kills? Was it one kill?
There's that kill at the end where he is it
That's a good point, Elwood. That's a good point, to be fair.
In the shed. in the shed.
I don't think I got to the end. I might have got bored because he was walking to the shed for fucking half an hour, so I might have fucking switched it off. I thought.
But the end is where the plot came out. The end is where the plot came out.
Oh,
why he's here, revenge, and all that. Good. It's all good. It's all good.
It's not good.
I don't know what happened then.
Okay, but listen. To be fair, I respect your opinion because that movie, it seems people either really like it or really don't like a movie. There doesn't seem to be any in between with In a Violent Nature. So, no, and I get it. It isn't. There's no music. There's no.
You know what the best thing about the movie was for me? The best thing is the very beginning of the movie, where you see him come alive, sort of thing.
Right. So
that was the best bit of the movie. I thought when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's fantastic. He's just kind of being resurrected by this one weird little thing that happening, grabbing this chain or whatever it was, and he's just being resurrected, and now it's going to kick off. And then it was just drudgery, kill, drudgery, kill. And I'm like, oh my god, what's going on here? And the kills were like just over the top, man. It was like so over the top. It was like, I don't know why you have to go into the minutiae of the kill and just goes on and on and on and on. And it was like so contrived. And I'm like, oh my God. Nah, I didn't like it either. I like the idea. I like the potential, but it doesn't work, dude. It does not work.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I think you're wrong. The Perrier.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, that's the thing about slasher movies. they're all kind of samey. Like A Million came out with almost the exact same like blueprint, and they used the exact same blueprint, but did it the other way. But the fact that they've used the exact same blueprint, they should have done something a little bit different. But they just used. We're going to do Slasher you've seen a million times before, but just from this angle. But they could have made it a bit more exciting. Like they could have figured out, all right, there's an issue here that because we're doing it from this way instead of that way, we're gonna have to show all this stuff that is like really boring. But we'll just do it anyway.
What they did was they did a man bites dog without the reactive camera crew, but they did a man bites dog with Jason. I'm on for that.
Needed a twist. A good twist would have done something. Even slashers have twists, man. This fucker didn't have no twist. Was there a twist in this movie? Could have done with the twist.
Listen, man, what you're saying is you should have got M. Night Shyamalan, Ding Dong. Yeah, to pop along and go like that. Go, yeah, it's Josh Hartnett. It's Josh Hartnett. Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, Josh Hartnett never made it into anybody's lists.
No, he's my number 2.
I enjoyed that movie, man. I enjoyed Trap, but it just did not make it.
Okay.
Number 3, Trap.
Is it?
Of course
Okay.
it is.
Have I done my number 4 or not?
I don't
Hold on
know.
a second. Did I do
No one like Trap.
What is your number 4?
Miss my number 4. Go on, Elwood.
No,
Trap.
Dude.
What's your 4 number? Your 4 Trap.
No, I said I enjoyed Trap. I almost thought about putting it in my top 10. It was fun as hell.
Everything
was
about
like
it was rubbish.
I had an awesome good time with it.
I'm with you, Paul. I'm with you.
Daughter sing crap songs.
Yeah, I mean that bit wasn't, but Josh Hartnett, his scenes were good, man. It was just like proper.
Yeah.
Getting into it.
No, I didn't like
But,
it.
like,
Number 3.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was entertaining, man. Super entertaining.
Definitely not entertaining. And in the end, when he went back to the house or whatever, I didn't even care what was going to happen, so I switched it off. There's only 5 minutes to go. I was like,
all right. I liked him like almost getting caught and getting out of it. Almost getting caught and getting out of it. I just thought it was cool, man. I like that.
I'm with Paul on this. I have to say, I didn't. It's not on my worst movie list, but I didn't like it. That's for sure. I thought it was nepotism. I thought it was a movie of nepotism. It was a movie of how can I showcase my daughter, the singer, and that's what he's doing. I'll pretend it's a thriller.
Yeah, that is sus. That is like super sus to do that in a movie and get away. To
charge people £10 a ticket to do it as well. They think they're going to see the serial killer flick, and charge them £10 a ticket, but what you're getting is a fucking showcase for his daughter, a singer. Fuck off. Yeah. I don't like that at all. Cynical filmmaking, and I think Shyamalan has abused his power there as a director. Yes, Josh Hartnett's performance was good, I have to say, and he seemed like he was having a good time, but no fucking wonder he was having a good time, because he was basically, it must have clicked one day that this movie's about his daughter. Whatever I do, nobody's going to care about. So he's like, blah, blah. And he's acting all kinds of crazy and that, you know what I mean? Because he can. And the director's like that, going, oh, fantastic, fantastic, Josh. Anyway, pet, look, fuck that.
He's the main character in the movie. What are you talking about, Pete?
I'm telling you, that's the crack, man. That's the crack. And look me in the stream eye and tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. No. I'm right.
He might have made the story.
That was right. It's nepotism.
Really is the main part of the movie.
She's not going to be no pop star. She's crap.
Yeah, and she can't act. She can't act. At the end, they bring her in as the savior of the movie, and I'm like, going, oh, do you know what? If it was just they get out of the concert and it has fuck all to do with her forever, I'd be all right with that, right? I'd have been on board with that, fine. But to bring her out and then to make her the heroine of the movie and she can't act, it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable.
Oh, is that what happened at the end? Was she the heroine at the end?
Yeah, she's the heroine of it all, man. She suffers Josh and all this. She gets it's dreadful. It's fucking dreadful.
What you doing?
Exactly.
Oh.
You know. Exactly.
Right, what's your number
Do
three?
you know what it seemed to me like? It seemed to be a director that realized that he's only got a limited shelf life, so he's actually going to fucking make the most of it and get and punt his kids out there and that. You know, what the fuck's that about, man? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that about? Dreadful, 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 dreadful. But Josh Hartnett's performance was very, very good. But like I say, probably because he realized the movie wasn't really about him. So he thought I could do what the fuck I want.
So what's your number 4 then, Bass? Is it Trap?
My number 4 was Exorcism with Russell Crowe.
Oh, I haven't seen that, man. I haven't seen that.
It was so lackluster.
No one watched
Even
that.
he couldn't save it, and I love Russell Crowe, man. I think he's like an awesome actor. He's just one of them actors where I'll enjoy him, and he's like the main character in the movie, but it's just so lackluster, the movie, and it's
It's
Is
got
he
that
phoning
many
it
bad
in?
reviews. I didn't bother.
I struggle
Yeah,
to get through it. I really
Is he
struggle.
phoning it? Is Russell
No,
Crowe
he's
phoning
fine.
it?
Seriously,
Phoning
he's
it in?
fine. He's fine. It's just the movie around him, the movie is in. It's just such a lackluster movie. But his performance is absolutely fine. I mean, he's supposed to be.
I think Mark Moore said that.
Wasn't it? The guy who plays Damien in The Exorcist, his son. Is it his son? I think it's. What's his name? It's what's the guy's name in who played Damien Karras in The Exorcist? He's the dad of Jason Patrick, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's his son who directed it, who wrote the story, and it's basically about his dad, because his dad was a drunk and he's a drunk, and he's playing an exorcist in this movie. So it's kind of based on that sort of thing, but it's just not very good film. It's not very interesting. Right. It's not very scary. It's not very much, and he probably does get possessed in it as well. Like really, properly gets possessed, but it's like a bad possession movie. I thought.
See, we think was Mark Kermode rated this higher than the Pope's Exorcist. He was like, I've watched 2 exorcism movies recently, and this one's the better one because it's meta and blah blah blah. It's better.
It was shelf for years, wasn't it? It was shelf for years. He made the Pope's Exorcist after he made this. This one was shelf for years. Yeah,
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And then they just put it out. Jason. I thought Jason Patrick was Dave Booth. He's just dead. Is Jason Patrick not the one from Lost Boys?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so what's his dad's name, man? Where's a copy of Exorcist 3 or Exorcist? There's a copy of The Exorcist.
Jason Patrick, who briefly is in Terrifier 3 as the dad. Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah. And I have no idea why. It makes no sense whatsoever. Where's The Exorcist gone? Oh my God. What's The Exorcist? I get jealous of people, man. I watch him on the streams, and they'll talk about a movie, and they'll do this. They'll have the movie in the hand. I'm like, how the hell did you know that was there, dude?
Impossible, man, to do that shit. It's impossible.
And they go like this.
Does that?
It's impossible.
I'm like, bloody hell, dude! But you do.
What we'll say, the fact that you can't find the movie The Exorcist at this point in time is probably because the devil's in your room, man. No, definitely. You're about to be possessed, man. You're about to be possessed.
There it is.
Jason Miller. That's his name.
Good actor.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, I've got. Do you want to hear my movie trivia? I've got some movie trivia. Yeah. Okay. So, my nephew bought me a couple of. I've been doing Christmas early, so when anyone sends me Christmas gifts through Amazon and shit, guess what? I just open them because I don't do Christmas anymore. So, I got Final Fantasy VII Part 2, which is awesome. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I got a couple of Blu-rays. 4Ks. I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K, which is fucking phenomenal, by the way. Second Sight, I have to say, buy Second Sight editions of movies because they are fucking phenomenal. You get proper restorations of movies and that for a start. The movie has never looked so good, and the documentaries and everything like that are phenomenal.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre always looked shit though, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it still looks,
Mhm.
you know, it still looks, but it's.
I prefer my VHS copy of it. I thought it looked awesome, like the way it looks like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's still. Anyway, honestly, to be fair, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre will look good in any medium. Yeah, and the rougher, the better. You're right. But the documentaries are fucking fantastic. Second Sight do the documentaries. I told you about the Blair Witch. Like I said, the definitive edition. It is definitely the definitive edition. But I also got High Tension, as in Hot Tension, as in Switchblade Romance. And the documentary on there is phenomenal, right? Another 3-hour documentary.
Were they in French?
No, English. All in English. So, do you remember, Vasi, you and me have argued about the ending of the movie? Yeah? Well, I watched this Second Sight documentary with the fucking director, and he explains everything, right? He explains that he actually has read the Dean R. Koontz novel, and it was an influence on this movie because there's a lot of people out there that say that fucking this movie was directly ripped off from a Dean R. Koontz movie.
What book's that?
A novel. Do you know the name of the novel?
What book's that?
Novel.
I have to read loads of Dean R. Koontz books.
I'll Google it.
Just Google it right now. I think it's something like Unstable or something like that. It's a one-word movie, but if you just Google High Tension, ripped off Dean R. Koontz, you'll get the name of the fucking movie, or maybe Insanity it's called. So
Intensity.
he admits intensity. So he admits for the first time, and by the way, he's had lawsuits, and he's never admitted that he's ever read the book, right? Ever. I never even read the book, blah, 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 blah. So A, he admits that. But B, the most important thing, his original ending for the movie was going to be, at the start of the movie, she gets interviewed, yeah? She's getting interviewed, tell us what you remember. And at the end of the movie, she tells the full story, and then the whoever's interviewing her said, okay, well, listen, we know you're lying because of this, and then they show the fucking footage of it, and then the movie ends, and then you realize that, you know, she'd be lying about the whole thing. And that was the script that they had, and that was everything that they had. And then Europa Corp bought the rights to the movie, and Europa Corp is owned by Luc Besson. And Luc Besson personally said to Alexandre Aja that I like your ending, but I want you to do it at the beginning of the third act. And he went, what do you mean? And he goes, I want you to do it at the beginning of the third act. I want this to happen at the third act, and then you play it out. And he goes, but logic won't come into it. There'll be plot holes and all this. And he went, but it will promote imagination. People will go away and think about the film and all this, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. It was a Luc Besson thing.
It's a TV movie.
What? Insanity.
Intensity, TV movie.
Wow.
Made it in TV movie.
So the ending of Hot Tension or High Tension or whatever you want to call it was all down to Luc Besson. Even Alexandra Aja was like, the logic doesn't match up because she's driven a car, she's doing all this, and he went, it doesn't matter because people will go away and they'll question it and they'll have conversations about it, and that's why it'll work. You know, they will talk about it. So it was him who persuaded them to do this fucking ending that you and me are divisive about. I mean, personally, I love the ending. Like, I like the way it plays out. Like, you know,
the description on the Intensity TV movie. It sounds exactly like hot tension. A
Yeah.
woman spending Thanksgiving at the home of a friend's family in the rural Pacific Northwest finds herself in the clutches of a disturbed serial killer. Sounds exactly
Yeah.
the same, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, apparently the book is nailed on, even to the point where you realize that it's actually the friend that's doing it. That's in the book. So, like I said, they got sued there, and they successfully defended their court case by Alexandra Aja basically saying, "I've never read the book. Never came in possession." Blah 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 blah. They defended it.
Liar.
Yeah, but on this documentary, he
Pretty
admits
fr-
that he read the book, and it was an
hours.
influence. Huh?
3 hour
So,
TV movie,
yeah.
that is.
Is it a
3
3-hour
hours.
TV movie?
Yeah.
Holy
John C. McGinley plays the serial killer.
holy shit balls!
It reminds me of that Salem's Lot TV
Should,
movie miniseries.
Yeah.
stick it out, innit?
We'll
You know,
we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, that's my
Salem's Lot.
that's my trivia, mate. That's my trivia. But yeah, that's what I learned this week. It's fucking nuts, eh?
Yeah. So I've lost where we are now.
Number 1.
No.
No. We're not at number 1. We're like number 3.
So what was your tell us again what your number 5 and 4 was, Elwood?
My number 3 was Trap.
All right.
Oh yeah, we're up. I don't think I've done my. I've only done number 5.
No, you did 4 as well, didn't you?
What's number 4? No, I haven't. I've just done the front room. I've just done number 5.
Okay,
Oh,
go
okay.
for it, Pete. What's number 4?
Tarot. This movie called Tarot.
I like Tarot, man. What was wrong with Tarot?
What the
It was
fuck?
fun.
There's
Okay.
2 tarots with there, wasn't there? 2 tarots.
It was just one. Well, there might have been $2, but okay. Bassi, did you just say to me what was wrong with Tarot? I like Tarot. Hold on a
What was wrong
second.
with Tarot?
It was the most convoluted piece of crap that I've ever seen. It's studio formula. It's definitely Blumhouse, blah, 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 blah. It's horror by the numbers. It's fucking the usual suspects in the cast and everything like that. It's boring tropes with regards to directing and everything like that. Everything was uninspired about this movie. It truly is a piece of shit. It's an assault on the senses. It's insulting the ears, the eyes, and everything.
The clown. No, he's not scary. And every time the lift opened, the clown would be like, tick, 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 tick. Not I liked it, man. I thought it was good.
Listen,
great, but
don't talk to me about clowns that are scary when you didn't want to watch Terrifier 3. You said, yeah. Did he come back into the fucking clown thing?
She was a jester.
Yeah.
And
No, it was a piece. It was. Do you know what? It was a piece of shit. As I get older, I watch movies. I watch movies in. Well, yeah, and I'm not a kid, but I watch movies in different ways. I watch movies in A, is it scary? No, it's not scary. B, is it made well? No, it's not made well. C,
it's made fine.
If me and my pals made a horror movie, me and my pals want to make a horror movie, are we more deserving than these cretins that have made this horror movie? And yes, we are more fucking deserving. We should make a fucking horror movie. We'd make a better horror movie than fucking Tarot. Tarot was piece of shit. I don't know what's wrong with Piece of shit.
It's not like the bit where she went back to her dorm and she's by herself and she hears something in that like the thing for the attic. The stairs come down, she goes up, and then it's all got candles and there's like a witchy woman there. And she's like,
I've got to be honest with you. I've just got to stop you in your tracks. I've got to stop you in tracks, and I'll tell you why. I don't remember anything about this movie, man. You're saying, Joe, you like the bit with the movie? I don't remember anything about this movie because it's a piece of shit. And I was like, I could delete. I'm old. I'm nearly 50. I've only got a tiny little bit of RAM space left to fill memory up, and I thought I better delete Tarot right now. Better delete it, because I'm going to need that space for good stuff. So I deleted it.
Tarot, I don't understand. It was like there was nothing wrong with it. I don't know why you like pick it out from all the other bad movies in the year. I don't understand. Like
I watched it and I thought it was a piece of shit. Piece of
It really
shit.
wasn't that bad, dude. It
A
really
piece of
wasn't
shit.
that bad. It was
Piece of shit.
inoffensive. It was inoffensive.
Listen, inoffensive when you're in the horror genre is insulting.
No,
It's a
not.
piece of shit. It is. It is. It's a piece of shit.
It was.
Bass.
It
Come
was a
on.
workmanlike. It was workmanlike. It was working to a formula, and it was fine. It's like same like Countdown. There's one from a few years back.
But that was your exact. That was your exact criticism. That was your exact criticism of a violent nature not 10 minutes ago.
No,
Man.
the violent nature was boring as shit. That was the criticism of that.
But it was sticking to a formula,
Yeah, I know.
just like you said. Which is it? Which is
I
it?
explained it. I would explain that, dude. I totally
All right.
explained it why they needed to change it, and there was a reason for it. But yeah, okay. If you didn't like it, I know lots of people hated it. I mean, I'll agree with you. Lots of people hated it, but I quite liked it.
Okay. Okay. Listen,
I think you should watch
Fair.
Elwood and let us know what you think, because I'd be interested.
you'll like it because it's so teen. It's so kind of I don't want to be. They might as well
It is very
get
90s. It's
sorted.
like a 90s.
I hate
90s
it.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, watch
If you like
it.
urban legend,
Elwood
stuff
will
like
love
that,
it
you'll like it.
because
I hated it. It was shit.
it feels like do you know what? It was like watching a poor quality Valentine. Do you remember that movie Valentine with Denise Richards and that, right? Poor quality Valentine, like
Yeah.
movie that grabs a
Valentine's
little
is
kind of
quality.
no, that grabs a little subgenre of anything that's suspect. So, oh, it's a tarot card. Oh, it's a it's a glass half full. It's a glass half empty. It's it's a one magpie. Let's make a horror film of it. It's fucking dreadful, man. Fuck that noise, man. Come on. And it literally is. I mean, on pitch day, that's how it went. You're like, okay, we don't like that pitch. Anything else? And you're like, horror movie about tarot cards? I like it. What's your budget?
I like
2
it.
million.
Okay.
2 million. What will it make? Probably 4 million. Double the money. I like it. Do it. And that's about the creative fucking decision that went into that fucking movie, man. Shite.
Every kill was like had its own like creature associated with it. I thought it was good, that one. I enjoyed that. And they were all kind of creepy. And they all died in the same way as their reading. I thought that was good, man. Not wrong with that at all.
You would hope that though in a movie
Stop
called
taking your
Tarot that
head
they would
out.
all, I mean, that's
All
the
right,
only
okay.
thing that they had to get right. That's
Yeah.
literally the only thing that they had to get right was like, okay, you've just got to die in a theme of your tarot card. And you're like, okay.
Right,
So that was my number 4.
I've
What's your
done
number 3?
my number already as well, haven't I? I did.
I've done my number 3. I'm ahead of you.
Well, hold on a second, guys. Pause it because I really want to hear what your number 3s are, but I need a piss. I'll be 2 seconds.
I've done my number 3. It was
All right. So my 5 was Terrifier 3. My 4 was The Exorcist. And me 3 is A Quiet Place Part 1 because it was the most boring movie. I never even got to the end of it. It was just dull.
That's my number 2.
Is it? It was so bad. It was so bad. It wasn't interesting. It was dull.
Okay, I'll show you
And
because
it was
I'll show you
just-
my number 1.
It was awful. It was
Fucking
absolutely awful.
garbage.
It wasn't it though?
The leading lady that everyone raves about, saying she's an Oscar-winning fucking actress and that, she did my fucking head in.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
Oh, it was
It was
so
like-
shit. I hated her. I hated everything that was going on. From like the first 2 minutes, I hated it.
Yeah.
Did you guys say The Quiet Place Part 1?
Yeah.
I thought about that
Oh,
for my worst as well, but I thought maybe I'm being too harsh in that, but I should have put it on by the sounds like I didn't like it at all. It sucked. It sucked. It was a re-good, when you think about it, A Quiet Place Part 1, how can you go wrong? I want to see the fucking world collide, and I want to see Independence Day violence and all this and all going off and that, and it wimps totally out of all that. There's literally about 20 seconds worth of good shit in that movie, and you've got to suffer this intolerable fucking like weird likeship / romance between I can't pronounce the name Yeah, Gupta, I think is a surname. She's a great actress. Don't get me wrong, she's a great actress. And the dude from
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand
and
it.
the dude from Stranger Things as well. And it's she's not a very nice person, you know. She's really nasty to him, and you know,
Hated
blah blah
it.
blah. And she's got cancer and all this, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah, she has.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I did
Yeah,
not
I
like
hate it.
that movie at all, man. I mean, I don't know how A Quiet Place Day One got it so wrong. You know, A Quiet Place Day One should have been
I
an
don't know how it got in the
absolute
cinema. I don't know
world-ending
how they managed
disaster
to do
movie.
it.
It should have been an Independence Day
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
They had, you know, A Quiet Place box office takings, good. Quiet Place 2, better. Quiet Place Day One, how it all started, they could have had it. They could have had
No,
big time.
it.
And you know, it should have been how the world ended. And you got this like 5 minute fucking flashback that totally wimped out of it, and I was like, "Fuck
Oh,
off,
I totally did.
fuck
It was
off."
absolutely so. The first 10 minutes, I was like, "What am I watching?"
Oh,
Here?
totally. And that fucking cat,
Yeah,
right? I thought to myself, kill that fucking cat for a start, right?
yeah, exactly.
Because that cat's going to get you fucking killed.
You
And it
don't need
nearly
a
did a
cat.
couple of times.
You don't need a cat. Not when
Nah,
you like
It
depends on
made
it.
250 million.
fuck me.
Only off because the other ones.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I have to say, the quality has gone down. Quiet Place 1, I thought, was a great horror movie. I mean, I have to say, it's like a 9 out of 10 movie. It's great. Quiet Place Part 2, not so great. It's literally a retread of the same deal. They actually learnt no lessons from the first one at all. Like, you know, even though fucking Emily Blunt at the end of the first one goes, you know, kills the first one and then goes like it's war. You're thinking, yeah, the next one's going to be like aliens and that because she's got boom, she's getting mean. And that doesn't happen at all. So that's a letdown. And Cillian Murphy shows up like as the friendly neighbor and all that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it was garbage. That's my number
Yeah,
2.
and that, yeah. I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. That's a good one.
So what's your number 3, Pete?
That's a good question. Let me have a look. 2 seconds.
I'm glad we all agree it was a pile of pants.
It was. All right. Okay, my number 3. You ready?
A lot of people went to the cinema to say that as well, and it probably ruined the fucking entire weekend.
Totally, man. It's irresponsible, man.
My son Jake,
Irresponsible.
he's last to see the cinema that, and he said,
Yeah.
"What the fuck? What was that?"
Seems like a no-brainer to like go watch that. You'll have a good time.
Yeah,
like it's guaranteed.
it is.
But nah, man.
irresponsible. Right. My number 3 is Salem's Lot. It's Salem's Lot. And yeah, it's my number 3. It's not my worst movie of the year, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, it's a nothing.
And
Burger,
it's weird because you have 2 levels of worst movie. You have this offended me, or this was such a huge disappointment. So it's difficult. It's difficult. We don't have it. This was just a huge disappointment category. So I've got to put it in my worst list because it is a huge disappointment. It just missed the mark on everything. It was quite well shot. Maybe we'll see a different version of this movie that might actually, you know, right some of the wrongs. But it seemed to me that they had quite good source material to work on, to say that works, that doesn't work. This is what the people like. I mean, they literally had market research done for this movie.
Well,
So I'm
a lot
thinking
of
to
market
myself,
research, considering it took like 10 years to release the fucking thing.
well, totally. Well, listen, you know, when a movie is shelved, it's never a good. It's never a good sign. But I don't
I think
necessarily think.
they had to salvage the movie. That's the
Yeah,
issue. They made the movie, and it didn't work, and it took them 2 years to get to a version where they could salvage it and put it out. And
it depends. It depends, Vasi. It depends. It depends on one thing, right? This depends on one thing, right? yes, it was shelved. I agree with everything you said. It was shelved to they could get to a stage where they could get to a version where they could put out blah 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 where they believed it would be successful. Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm not so sure where they thought it would be successful was a good idea.
Well,
You know, perhaps the original cut was a more thoughtful cut and was a more, you know, in-depth cut that put character, because Salem's Lot has a lot of character in it. You know, it's a 3-hour fucking, you know, it's a slog. You know, it's a slog sometimes. You know,
no, it's not a slog.
I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You've got to, when you put that fucking VHS in, and you put that Blu-ray on, you're like that going, well, that's me for the next 3 hours. You know, that's your night. That's your night. And when I put that, it's a commitment. And this was a 90-minute fucking shard. It wasn't a shit. It was a shard. It was a fart that you didn't even realize was there. You know, it was a shard. It was a skid mark.
I can't remember it, but I remember it being.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's the problem. Everything is so.
People remember it from watching it when they were 6 years old,
100%.
100%. This one here, nobody remembers it now. I don't think anybody.
It was like they watched the original source material and went, well, that's unforgettable. How do we emulate that? And they just went, you know what? Let's not even try. And they thought that was a good idea because, okay, we're doing our own thing. And I get that to a certain perspective. And there was like, I'm talking from the whole movie, maybe 6 seconds that were a little bit creepy. And I'm talking 6 seconds from the entire movie. But they mishandled everything. They mishandled, the main bad guy. They mishandled the fucking burial scene. They mishandled the look at me. They mishandled everything from that. And the gross mishandling of the fucking actually delivering the coffin scene was unforgivable. Because, you know, that's how the original Salem's Lot gets you in. It hooks you because the tension of that one fucking set piece. You know, if that set piece doesn't exist, you're not in that movie. Forget about the other 2.5-hour movies. Guess what? You're turning it off. But that fucking 15-minute sequence is shredded down to maybe 40 seconds, and it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable.
What did Stephen King think about it? Did he love it?
He said it's not terrible. He said it's not terrible. That's what he said.
Stephen King on his original tweet came down and said that I've seen the new Salem's Lot. It's a very character-driven piece. They've got the scares right, and it's a solid movie, right?
He got paid to say that.
I've got to agree with Vass. Well, listen, I believe that there's a longer cut of this movie that maybe Stephen King has seen and we haven't seen. That was a made-for-TV movie. Shut it out.
Needs movies to be 3.5 hours, though, doesn't he? So it probably is like a 3.5-hour cut.
Yeah.
To be honest, totally. I don't see how it can be. The thing is, this version here is 1 hour 58 minutes, 112 minutes, right? And it's still an awesome film. And then you have the full version, which is 3 hours. Also awesome. If it's awesome, right? It doesn't matter if they cut half of it out. It still should be awesome. And so there's no way that the 1 hour 50-minute version is this bad, this disappointing, this so without charm.
Agreed.
With no characters that you even give a crap about, even though you know the characters.
You know what?
No way
You just summed it up. You just summed the entire movie up without charm. It has there's no charisma. There's no one that you're rooting for.
Don't care about anything. What's going on? Even though you know the story, you love the story, you just don't care.
It feels like it's serving a plot, serving a Hollywood budget. You feel like you're watching Hollywood, and that's not a good thing. Like, you know, especially not with Salem's Lot. And listen, I don't rate Salem's Lot as much as you rate Salem's Lot. You know, I think it's a near perfect thing. You think it's a perfect film, and that's cool. But to see it treat with such disrespect,
Mhm.
I think it's a fucking abomination. Like, and I think it's again, when I look at us three, let's say that, you know, in some miracle universe, they've given us like fucking, especially you, Al, with your lasers and shit. Look at that fucking guy's got lasers, man. But let's say they fucking give us 40 million and they said go make Salem's Lot again. I fucking know we would come back with a better movie than what we saw. I fucking know.
We could film it in Aircliff.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, we could have filmed that anywhere and it would have come across more
I think they
authentic
just missed the
than that.
point. They missed the point of what makes that movie so great. They totally missed the point, and they've just made a generic vampire movie and added the story bits of Salem's Lot to it.
Yeah.
Some of them, and tweaked it. So we can't have it exactly the same. So we'll just change this a little bit, but they've missed the point of what makes
Make
that
it a little bit
story.
like it. Make it a little bit like Andrew Machete's It. But you know, let's get the kids doing a little bit more and all this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, nah, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And the
Listen.
acting is just is awful. I mean, the guy Barlow is rubbish. He looks kind of like a cut price Barlow from the normal Salem's Lot, and they let him say a few words as well, and it just like
Yeah.
it deflates
Well,
any sort
do
of
you know
like,
what? Do you know what? My
threat
worst,
that guy's got.
my worst fucking criticism of this movie is not Barlow, although he's bad.
Straker, man. Straker's awful.
Yeah, Straker.
Absolutely.
It's Straker. You know, this motherfucker ain't no James Mason, man. You know, Jesus Christ. It is actually got to be the worst bit of casting I've ever seen in my fucking life. Dreadful.
Donald Sutherland
no, I mean,
his thing was way off, but at least
it's like the director said, do Draker, but non-threatening at all, and you're not scary, and a kid can beat you up, and you absolutely believe that kid can beat him up, like, you know what I mean? You know, I think my one, remember them 6 seconds that I liked out of the movie? I think 3 of those seconds, the silhouettes where the 2 kids are walking through the forest, and his character is getting closer and getting closer, like you know, a nasty paedophile or a nasty bad man, and that, you know what I mean? Effective, you know. I like that. It was suggestive, and guess what? No words were spoken. It was just a little couple of seconds about mood, and I liked it. But as far as his character goes, that was it. That was the threatening part, and then he's showing up. You know. No, in fact, beforehand he showed up in the car, going, "Hey, get in!" And he's the worst fucking pedo in the world. He's like, "Get in!" You know, blah blah blah. Come in. He might as well have said, I've got some puppies in here. Do you want to see them?
So, hey,
he's terrible.
Is that your number 1 then?
Number 2.
It sounds like your number 1.
No, that's my number 3. That's my number 3.
And number 3.
What, you got 2 worse than that?
Yeah. To be honest, it's my number 1. I'll say it now. That was my number 1, just because it's such a massive disappointment. And like I said it before, if they had made this movie as a regular vampire movie, took out the little plot beats from Salem's Lot, they would have had like a competent, watchable, bit TV movie-ish sort of like vampire movie, and it would have been fine. But what they've done there is they've just taken like something good, and they've just took the heart out of it, took what makes you love it so much, and they've just plastered it over the top, and it's just like a casing over the top of this thing, and it's just made it into a big pile of shit, which is what they've done. There's like every single character, there's like this character here would have this person take the role of that character, instead of having a character that is that character, like that's believable, and like you with the character, but they just have people filling in the roles of, even if it's not the actual role, it's like, oh, this is the doctor sort of character. We'll stick that black woman in there as a doctor,
Yeah.
and there's this kid here who's like, we'll just stick this black kid in here as that sort of character, and but they're not doing anything with it. They're just using it to get from here to there to there to there to the end, and it's painful. It was absolutely painful.
100%.
Watch it.
100%.
I hated every second of it.
How many
gave up-
times have you
gave
seen
up after
Salem?
half an hour into it, gave up with it being any
Have
good.
you watched it again, Vas? Or
I'm
'cause
waiting to watch it again just so I can have a bit of a deep dive into it and have a proper thing, because I was.
you've got to do you've now got to update your Salem's lot fucking episode.
I will
You've now
eventually,
got to
but
update.
yeah, because it was so depressing watching it, and I was like, I felt like I'd wasted 3-4 years waiting for this thing to come out, and it was just a waste of time. I should have known.
All
that they
right.
were gonna
Well,
fuck this
listen.
up.
Now's the time to confess. I'd already seen it by the time we went to the cabin. I watched it.
That, Peter. We already knew.
Oh, all right, okay, yeah. I watched it the first night it came out, and I was like,
That's shocking. That's just.
Very
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know we made a pact and all
You were a
that, but I
two-time
was
liar.
like,
Pete. You were a two-time liar. You admitted it, then went back on it, and then I would back you up. And
I'm
now
sorry.
you come out and said that. Now I can't
All
believe
right.
anything you say about anything ever from this.
All right,
Peter,
I did.
he's always been a
I did.
liar.
So you know,
Leave him alone.
I did. I did watch it, and that was the
Shitty as
second
that
time I
is,
watched
you've
it.
done there, Pete. The movie shittier. Okay?
Well, no,
Love
but
it. You looked at
here's the
movie
thing.
shittier, 'cause it was a good movie. I would have been, I'd be hurt. But you look
Well,
at it as a crap movie.
Here's the thing,
Oh,
right? The first time I watched it, I thought, do you know what? It's not that offensive. But the second time I watched it, I had more problems with it. Yeah. I'm
Try
sorry.
watching it through my eyes, man.
I'm sorry, man.
You'll see what a heartbreak it is.
So,
Well-
number 2 yet, or what? I've done my number 2.
Right, that was my number 1. So all I've got left is my number 2. So I can. Do you want to do your number 1, and I'll do my number 2? Who first? Go on, go on, Pete.
I'm just looking. Oh, right. Okay. So my number 2 is Apartment 7A. Apartment 7A.
Oh, I've never watched that yet.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, don't watch it, guys. Don't watch it. I really love Rosemary's Baby. I think it's a fucking phenomenal.
Okay, it's the one that's the.
It's
like
a prequel to it. Yeah.
I have that downloaded actually, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah. No, listen, I really love Rosemary's Baby. I think I discovered Rosemary's Baby later on in life. It was not a movie that I watched until I was like 45 or something, and then I thought I'd best watch it, and I watched it, and I was like, "Fuck me, that's phenomenal!" Like, it's stunning. Especially before The Exorcist and everything, and like this movie where it's at, some of it, it's very much of its age. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like, how can I put it, like script cues that I know that we talk about, like Hellraiser. No, don't do that. I think in this movie she's like, going, but no. You're the devil, or some shit like that, yeah. So there's a bit of that kind of stuff, but it's all a product of its time. But I love Rosemary's Baby. It's a scary ass fucking film, like, and I love end of the world horror movies, and this is an end of the world horror movie, and it predates The Omen, and Rosemary's Baby for me is better than The Omen. And then to see this, Apartment 7A prequel to Rosemary's Baby, I was like, okay. And, the lead actress in the movie, I thought, she's good. She's a good actress. Let's see what this is all about. And it's literally a retread. There's no imagination there whatsoever. And what makes it insulting is it's done much worse. Much, much worse. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Pete?
Yeah.
All right. So this is your number 2, yeah?
Yeah, it's my number 2.
Right. So okay, this is the question, right? If Apartment 7A was not a prequel tied to of Rosemary's Baby, but instead was just a horror
Standalone.
movie in the style of Rosemary's Baby, a Rosemary Baby type,
Yeah.
would it still be number 2, or would you be a bit more generous with it? If it
No,
had
you're
nothing to
absolutely-
do with Rosemary's Baby, it was just that type of movie. Like it
You're
was a
absolutely
Rosemary's
correct
Baby
there, mate.
movie.
You're absolutely correct in asking me that question, because it would probably be like number 25th on good horror movies of the year.
It's the same with me with Salem's Lot, dude. It's because my worst movie is not Salem's Lot, but it is because of what they've done to it, of how they failed. It's the
That makes
failure of the of what they had. They had this thing that's awesome, and they just fumbled it the whole time, and they've turned. All they've got is a mess, and that's what's offensive about it more than the content on the screen. That's offensive. That they could have done this, and to make it as bad as they've made it, or to like fumble it so much, I'm going to be harsher on it. If they had just made a normal vampire movie, I wouldn't have been that harsh on it. I wouldn't even mention it in the worst 5. But it's the fact that they've had this thing, and they've mistreated it, you know,
Bastardized it.
insulted it. This thing that's awesome, they've insulted it, and they shouldn't have done that. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. But you feel me though?
I agree. I agree 100%. 100%. Yeah, listen, you know, like I say, it's a competently made movie. You know, some of the direction is actually quite good in this movie. Her performance, because she's a very good actress, is good in this movie. But
it just doesn't add to anything.
No, it just doesn't add up, and it replicates, and worse still, it betrays the original. How can I put it? It betrays the original, not storyline, but it betrays the original. Like, what's that word that I'm looking for, guys? It betrays the original
vision.
Flair would, yeah, exactly. But law, it betrays the original law, and that's unforgivable. Because if you don't get the original, if you don't get it, you shouldn't be making anything to do with that property, that intellectual property. Same as the dude from Salem's Lot. You know, if you don't get it, then you should have nothing to do with it. You know, it's as simple as that. And again, you know, we might find out, I think with Salem's Lot, we might find out in later years that there was a longer cut where he did get it. He's not a bad director. You know, the stuff that he's done before for Salem's Lot, you would expect that. I expect that the studio had a panic because he's handled them. He's handed back a 3-hour talky vampire movie.
He talked the talk. He did talk the talk when he would talk about it. He was saying all the right things. That was the thing. He said all the right things to make us feel like it's in safe hands, and then he comes out with a mess. And what he said didn't mean nothing because that's not what we got. He said we're gonna get this. We knew what we wanted. He says, "Look, you want this? I'm gonna give you this," and then he gave us a pile of shit and said,
"Sometimes,
that's what you asked for." And I went, "No, didn't."
So you know what? Sometimes it's a bad thing, and I think in the case of Salem's Lot, it's probably a bad thing. You know, I would like to see the longer cut. I would. I probably would say, you know,
I'd be skeptical.
I was going to say I'm not a betting man, but I am a betting man. But I would cheekily put a $5 on that it's a better film. But you look at sometimes when the studio have got involved and done exactly the same thing, and it's Event Horizon. It's a better movie. It's a better movie for cutting. I mean, they literally sacked the director and got rid of him out of the editing room. They went, "Fuck you, Paul Anderson. You don't know what you're doing. We'll cut a movie together." And this 3-hour movie.
We don't have 3-hour movie. do
No,
don't have
no,
anything.
no, exactly. But this 3-hour movie
That
became
was
a,
something amazing.
bec-
That's true. But like, you
no,
just
no.
like,
This 3-hour movie became an 87-minute like
mm,
entity, and we love that entity. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
you know,
Like Nightbreed for me, like Nightbreed, fine the way it is. His version
yeah,
is like the
yeah.
vision of the director was not as good as that. Same with
It was
Exorcist 3.
stupid.
You know,
Yeah, no, it was
Exorcist
stupid.
3,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
what they did
absolutely.
with it is it made it a better movie than what we would have got.
100%, 100%.
Right.
So maybe that's what happened with Salem's Lot. But yeah, Apartment 7A, piece of shit.
Got it.
So we're on everyone's
Right, so-
number one then.
Have you just got one left, Pete?
Let's have a look.
You've just got one left, Elwood, yeah? Right, me too.
Do you know what? I only did 4, so
That's fine. That's fine.
the only reason I couldn't think of 5. I couldn't think of 5.
Yeah.
So go for
You
it.
can have mine.
Yeah, you need a good reason in it because sometimes a bad movie is just a bad movie and you just ignore it. It's not
Yeah,
offensively bad, but you just ignore it. But if there's a reason for it, they've done something particularly egregious, then stick it
yeah.
on the list.
You can have mine as number one as well, Peter.
What is it?
What the
What's that?
watch?
Oh, the Watchers.
Watchers.
I was gonna put that on mine.
M. Night
But at the end of it,
Shyamalan
I didn't like
Do you know
it.
what?
But
I've never seen it. I've never seen this movie, man. And it was purely because everyone said, don't watch it. It's a piece of shit.
It's fucking garbage.
Is it?
yeah, it wasn't.
No.
I didn't think it was that bad, but it wasn't very good.
Is that another M. Night Shyamalan, like, promoting his daughters type deal?
Yeah, his daughter. I don't know if it's the same daughter who's a singer or a different daughter.
Different daughter. It's a different daughter.
It's a
Yeah, definitely the same wheelhouse.
Shana
as,
Shyamalan. Shana Shyamalan.
Yeah.
His second name's Shyamalan and you call it a Shana Shyamalan. Fucking no, man.
Shana Shyamalan.
Shana Shyamalan.
Say that when you're pissed. I'm telling you. Shana. You're like that. Do you want to go to bed? Shana Shyamalan. Shyamalan. Shyamalan ding dong. I wonder if she gets that. Yeah.
Call her like Lisa or something.
Aye. Dave.
But, yeah, it's garbage. I can't say anything about it. It's just
Right.
terrible.
Yeah. No, it
The
wasn't.
preview's good. The trailer.
Mhm.
All right. Tell me, what is this movie about?
It's about Dakota Fanning.
Uh-huh.
She goes in the woods and she finds this house and she meets all these other people in this house and they're all scared of all these nasty creatures
Yeah, they
that are in
can't
the
get
woods.
out again. They're stuck in this house, and they have all these things they have to do, don't they? They have to every day or something. They have to. These things are watching them all the time, and they have
Yeah.
these duties, and they have to carry out these duties,
Watched.
and that's it. They're stuck there doing this thing that they have to do, and they can't go past this point, and you have to stay in this area, and then it's just, yeah, it's weird. It's weird and pointless.
I'm sure it got a cinema release as well. If I went to
It
cinema,
did.
say,
Maybe.
It did.
probably
It
would have
did.
done.
It did.
Yeah, it's one of those pointless movies.
Yeah.
Wow, because I remember there was a fanfare about this movie coming out. It was like, you know, this female director is a chip off the old block, blah 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 blah. But it was all about, like, you know, female director, M. Night Shyamalan's female director, blah blah blah. You know, that's nuts. Talent, you know, fucking talent.
Mhm.
It's got to be old talent. Is it well directed or
I reckon the singer could have done a better job.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything wrong with the direction. I've got to say, I didn't notice anything.
Is it shoddy or not?
Particularly- No, it's fine. It's pretty slick.
The
thought it was pretty
content.
slick. It's just not very interesting thing, and it's daft. And like I said, the whole thing was like pointless. But I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. And if I'd never watched it, it would made no difference at all. It was like
no difference.
had no impact on me whatsoever. It was just like, oh, okay, that was a bit weird. And then that was it. There's no enjoyability to it. There's no like fun.
Oh, shit.
It didn't
So
make you
what's your
think.
number
It
one?
was,
What's
it
your
was
number
just
one?
there.
Right.
It was like,
Do number ones then. Go for it, Vass. What's your number one?
all right, okay. It's not my number one because Salem's Lot was my number one, but my number two was The Substance, because that movie, right? Okay, listen to me here. It was
No.
just it didn't explain itself very well at all, and I was just all the time. It didn't get to the point where I was like, on board with the movie. So where if I had some bits that were niggling at me, I would just let it go because I'm enjoying the movie. I never got to that point because every time something would come up and I was like, well, why is that happening? Why is this happening? How could you be doing? Okay, number one, right? Can I just ask, when is this movie set? When is it?
In the 90s.
Is it 90s? Is it 2000s? Is it because I'm sure she had a phone there with that was like a mobile phone.
They had phone in the 90s. They had phones in the 90s.
Late 90s, I would say.
You think late 90s? So
1995 cell phones came out.
I'm sure she had one with the screen on it.
1999.
That's late 90s.
So what we're saying is, the thing is,
doubt
it's all
about
mixed up. It's all mixed up. That's the thing that doesn't make any sense. It's all mixed up. So she's doing this aerobics thing, which is like an 80s Mad Lizzie thing, and that's like supposed to be like a popular show. And when she turns into this other woman, she makes this thing. And like nobody even watches telly now, so it can't be made now. It was so confusing, and I couldn't understand the rules, and I couldn't understand how. So she decides her career's going bad. She's gonna get replaced on this show that she's been doing because she's washed up, right? You can get replaced. So she's feeling old, even though she's like only 50 or something. She's feeling like a has-been. So she wants to do this thing called the substance, where they inject this thing into you, and this thing blows out your back. And there's all these rules that go with it. And the rules are so like, I don't know, vague. Right, so she decides to do it, right, and then so she goes and collects this package thing, and she opens it up, and there's like 6 words on a bit of card. You do this, and it is actually injecting your back and putting this weird substance into you. And it's look, can I just show you this? Look, you know what that is? It's paracetamol, right? Just paracetamol. You take 2 when you got a headache. Can I just show you the amount of bloody instructions you get on paracetamol? That's paracetamol, dude.
Well, the substance was black market.
And the thing is, though, once you've
substance was black market, though.
Listen. Once you've done it, once you've got it, why wouldn't there be instruction on how to do everything? It's not like you're just taking a tablet. You're doing all this wheat, and how does she know how to do it? How does she know to put that thing in the back and pull this out, and how much to do? And the instructions were so vague. It didn't make any sense. I couldn't work out. And
is that your biggest problem with the substance?
Listen, does she have the memories when her back thing comes out and the other version of her comes? Do they have the same memories, or do they not have the same memories? Because she came out and she kind of knew what was happening. She knew she was this woman. It was her, and she looked different. But when she went back inside, after 7 days, and she has to go back to the old version, she doesn't remember anything she's done as the young version. She has to watch it on TV or whatever, or read the paper.
Oh, does she not?
Like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why is she not remembering? So why did she, when she's being a bitch when she's young and it's affecting her, if she's got no memory of like all the accolades she's getting and
you've forgotten one rule. It says the second rule was remember you are one.
Okay.
So, let me finish. Let me finish.
What that means is that what happens to her affects you. It doesn't. I'm talking about memory.
No. Let me finish. It says remember you are one, right? And she remembers. Demi Moore remembers. But the problem is in this movie is the new version wants to kill the old version.
But that's not from the start, though, is it? That's not from the start.
Pretty much, it's from the start.
No, it's not from the start. It's just she just having to do with the old version. She just wants to be the young version all the time. But I don't understand how the old version is still going on with it when she could just stopped it after her bloody finger went all gammy.
Because every time that she does, she gets worse. You know, she loses a finger, she loses an arm, and all this. Blah blah blah.
Why didn't she stop it the first time? Because what does she get? What does she get out of the younger version?
because people are knocking at a door, going, but where are you? Where are
But
you?
she's
You
got no
know, like
memory of
that.
it. She's got no memory of it. She doesn't know what's happening. She can see it
No,
afterwards. But
she
I don't.
does because,
Her, the other
like I
person, it's a
said
different person.
before, no, she does because, like I said before, she's the only one that's actually taken into consideration that we are one. Rule number 2 from the substance is you are one. So she's
Dude, you're
doing it
just saying
right.
words. You're just saying words. You're just repeating back
I'm not.
words.
I'm
That
not.
doesn't. It doesn't go through in the movie, though. It doesn't go through in the movie.
It doesn't go through you,
It
Vass.
doesn't happen.
Hey,
That doesn't.
hey,
That doesn't happen in the movie.
Hey, lads. Do you want to hear the rest of me shitty films of 2024 list?
All right. Can I just say one last thing? Then let me just say one last thing.
What?
This was the issue with the movie. The movie didn't get me on board where I could just like, like with Smile 2, I had some issues with Smile 2, yeah, but it was such a good movie. I enjoyed it so much. I didn't mind the bits I didn't quite understand. I could just kind of just skirt over them. But this thing here, it was all the way through the movie. So at the end of the movie, right, she turns into this big blob, right?
Yeah.
And somehow she managed to get on stage. I don't know
Yeah.
how she managed to get through all the security, get on stage through 1 million people wearing a paper mask, even though she's a big blob underneath, and you can see she's a big. I was like, and then she's on the stage in front of loads of people with loads of people around her, and it's only when she started talking and a thing falls off that all of a sudden people are like, oh, that's a weird monster thing. I'm like,
That's
what?
true.
Did you not see the whole time when she was like, how the hell did she even get from her house to the studio? Did she walk there? Did she drive there? What? She was a
I
big
must have
blob
switched it off then.
with a face in the back. Anyway,
Robbie.
that was
Robbie,
the whole
Robbie.
thing was just daft and
You
stupid.
should definitely watch the last 20 minutes of
How
this.
the hell did she get to the star at the end?
Right.
How the hell did she manage to get all the way there to the star?
Well, because by the time she gets to the star, she is literally a substance. She is literally a blob, a tiny blob, like as in the Blob. Steve McQueen's The Blob.
Dude, man, the movie made no sense to me at all. I didn't understand.
Yeah, the other ones on my shit list for 2024 were The Substance, Late Night with the Devil, Long Legs, Heretic, Salem's Lot, Immaculate, and The First Omen.
Okay. No, I don't like The First Omen either.
Well, hold on a second. That's literally everything that's on a good list, apart from The Substance.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yep.
Elwood, do you even like horror movies? Do you like horror movies?
I don't think I do. Changed. I have to make a new channel called Comedy Lives Matter or something like that.
You should have a tag under your name saying "I can't enjoy anything," something like that.
So yeah.
No, overall, I think it's a good year. Overall, I think it's a damn solid year.
Yeah, I think it's been quite a solid year.
But I think the amount of good ones to very good has been very strong this year. I was saying that I think by April or May, I was saying there's been a decent amount of good movies. Seriously, 1 month that's not terrible. It's like is for this day and age, I think is all right. But we've had a bunch of good ones. I mean, I'm happy with that top 10.
And have you watched any Christmas horror movies yet? Like Gremlins or anything?
No. Do you know what, right? Do you know, obviously, we were going to talk about like movies that I mentioned Halloween 2, movies that you like, but yeah, exactly. Gremlins 2 is going to be one of mine, like I have to say. Gremlins 2.
Movies that you liked when you were a kid, but now you've watched them again and you realise that they're shit.
Yeah, Gremlins 2.
You don't actually see how shit they are because you have because the movie give you enjoyment. It's giving you this much enjoyment, and you've got that in your already banked away. I've had this much enjoyment from this movie, so I don't want to be too harsh on it. So you do just gloss over all the bad things, but if you take a step back, you can see like from a certain
Yeah.
angle. That's not like an amazing movie, I've got to say, but you know, it has been giving me a lot of enjoyment, so it's fine. It's fine. I feel
Nah,
like
I mean, Gremlins 2
Yeah.
for me, and I'll tell you the reasons, man. A, the fucking creature effects is shoddy, man. For a start, like, you can tell the plastic. A, and B, you know, the second you've got a movie where Hulk Hogan's fucking ripping his shirt off, going, "You pesky gremlins, turn off the fucking camera," and that, I'm like that, going,
Hulk
"Oh,
Hogan, Gremlins.
yeah." And I get
They
meta.
didn't really need
I used to defend this movie. I want to, you know, it's meta. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's meta. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
But,
there's cartoons
nah.
stuff in there, innit? Warner Brothers cartoons and all sorts of stuff was like,
Yeah.
You know-
I can't be doing with it, mate. I can't be doing it. And I'll tell you why. Because the original Gremlins is a little tight horror film. It's a little tight horror monster movie. And I love it. And it works perfectly.
Yeah.
So
and the little
Gremlins 2
bits,
can
the
go
little
suck
bits
my
that are a
cock.
bit goofy in it. I think it. By the time you get there, you're totally on board.
Yeah.
Even like the flash dance bit in the bar, it totally gets away with it, man. It totally gets away with it. And
Totally.
it doesn't come off as like corny or hammy. It's you're with it at that moment.
Because even in Dory's Tavern, when the causing havoc and that, they're still gonna kill you. Like, you know what I mean? There's a gremlin in there it's got a gun pointed at a kid, and that it's like that fucking pointing a gun at her. It's great. They're always dangerous, you know. And in Gremlins 2, if
Which
you
one
get
did
killed
you
by a
have?
gremlin in Gremlins 2, man, you're an idiot.
Did you have
Isn't it?
one for that movies that you liked when you were a kid and you hate now?
You know, when Peter mentioned it, the first thing that came to my mind was The Guardian. That was the first one that just popped in my head because that was the one I liked so much. And then I watched it later on, and I think I didn't like it as much. And then I watched it later on, and I was like, "Nah, man, this ain't no good." Even my favorite bit when they're in the house and they get attacked by these wolves. If the wolves are dogs or something. That bit there, it was like it felt like a mini werewolf movie. Just that little bit in there because they were so like ferocious and even that bit wasn't even that good. So it was like there was just nothing.
No.
It's just that I don't know why I'm not quite sure of why I don't like it so much now or why I liked it so much then. I can't even figure it out. It's just a movie that just doesn't work for me anymore. And I can't like get past even the good memories I've got of it. It's like it's just they've gone. They've totally gone, evaporated away. It's like it's not a terrible movie. It's just like it's just nothing special. It's nothing special at all.
No,
so I don't know what to say about it. It's just not special. But that was the one that just popped in my head when he had mentioned it. That like I didn't have.
When you mentioned it to me, Peter, I've got I've got a story about it. Fucking when you go, I was away last summer and I was in Whitby in one of these little bed and breakfasts that you get in Whitby, Scarborough, all along that east coast, and you can only get like BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV4 for whatever reason. Honestly, that's all you can get. I don't know why. And I think last time I was there, I was in Scarborough and P.S. I Love You was on, but that's not a horror movie. But anyway, we got in at the end of the night. ITV4 was on. A film came on. I was like, "Fucking get in! This film is brilliant, scary. You're gonna love this." I was with Joanna. I said, "Oh, you're gonna love this. It's so scary. Let's watch this." Event Horizon. What a fucking pile of shit that fucking movie is, man.
Oh my god.
Fucking scary. Fucking scary.
What are you saying?
Garbage.
What are you saying?
I know it's controversial. I know you
It is controversial.
It's crazy. Are you
Event
okay?
Horizon's great.
Are you having a breakdown or something, Elwood? What are you saying?
It hasn't aged well at all.
I've watched that movie so many times and it's amazing.
I think the special effects hold up, man. It's big time, man. Like big time.
I was watching that. I was going, "Oh, you're gonna love this. Wake up."
That movie's a crowd pleaser. Anytime I show that to anybody, they all say what a great movie that is. It's a crowd pleaser.
I was like, I thought it used to scare me. It used to scare us. I was like, this is not scary at all.
Even without the scares, man, it's awesomeness. Sam Neill in that
That
movie.
was going to be one of mine.
he's-
Event
he's
Horizon.
such good value. Sam Neill in that movie.
I love Sam Neill.
But he's amazing in the movie. He's not
No.
any worse because it's not scary that bit where that he's in.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know.
No. And
Right.
the other one.
Hello,
uh,
hello. That's what he does. He goes, "Hello, can somebody help me here?" That's what he does.
We
And
got a
the
it's-
other
problem
one,
here,
which
my
is
lord.
also
yeah.
controversial, is Creepshow 2.
Wait there. Hold on a
What are
second,
you talking
Elwood.
about?
You
What
cannot
Creepshow 2?
say that, man, because fuck me. Even I've been thinking, God damn, maybe I need to go back and rewatch Creepshow 2.
So,
Because Elwood seemed to think it's a fucking masterwork. I'm gonna have to go back.
don't do it. Don't do it.
I was trying.
Well-
I've been trying to tell you this whole time. I've been trying to tell you
It
this
does.
whole time.
It does have like thanks to the right lady.
Even
That's
dude, man,
that's pretty
the
cool.
first half of it is just that woman talking on the talking to herself while she's driving the car, and
Yeah.
it's
I'll
like
still
half the bloody
the
thing.
raft. I'll still say the
See,
raft.
you just don't like women, man. That's the deal. She's a powerful woman. Leave her be. Leave her be.
But yeah, that was my two. Event Horizon. Event
I'm
Horizon, I
joking.
think
I'm
it
joking.
aged very well. And
You don't like
Creepshow 2.
Event Horizon, man.
I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
Pete. I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
Maybe just
It
in
was
off,
honestly,
on off
It was
night or something.
so boring.
Maybe you just had a bad dream. It's a great movie. I mean, it's got fucking. Oh my god, that's some funky shit. As it's
Yeah.
fucking end credits, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's some fucking shit. It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
Dave Boosty, he says Event Horizon 3, he gives it 8 out of 10. And he says, at first, I didn't like Event Horizon that much. After rewatching it, I liked it better and better.
And I mean, I love Lawrence Fishburne. I think he's beautiful.
I think he's kind of weak in this movie, but it doesn't affect
Oh
how
no,
much
I think
enjoy
I think he's awesome in Event
I know you
Horizon.
like him in this movie, but I like him better in other stuff.
The bit where he kind of leans back and his head hits the thing and he has the flashbacks and he goes, "God help us." It's awesome. It's like
It
Right,
wasn't.
guys,
It wasn't
it's
an
3.5
event
hours.
breakfast in
We have to wrap
Wishy.
this
It
up,
was
guys. It's
pretty.
3.5 hours. I thought it was
Mind
going
you,
to be
the
2
screen
hours.
was only that big and it was about 20 foot away.
Right. Do you want to say bye to everybody?
oh,
This
yeah.
might be the last stream this year, I think.
Elwood, Vassie's cancelling the scream now because you fucking said that you don't like Event Horizon.
You
Take
broke
it
our
back.
heart. You broke
Take
our
it
hearts.
back.
All right. Thanks
All
everyone
right,
for
okay.
watching. If anybody still is, we'll catch you next
Thank
time.
you. Thank you, guys.
in the new year. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. See you
Happy
later.
New Year. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.